Because I'm worth it.
Yeah.
I was desperately trying to finish. I was desperately trying to finish pouring before the mic turned on again, and everyone thought I was pissing into a cup.
A singleton. 12 years good choice.
Disparu with the great opening once again.
Well, yeah, no, I was like rushing for it. I'm like, it's gonna finish at any time.
Where's your
It's gone
squirrel?
to the bottle on a microphone.
That would just make the lore so much deeper. It'd be like, okay, so Disparu has desk milk and he pees there too. He's got a portable.
Hey,
Where's
like
your
any true
squirrel?
gamer.
I need to see your squirrel.
Get the squirrel. She missed it
Look at
last
that.
week.
Oh,
No.
I forgot. I should have tweeted that picture.
like my arms aren't actually
That was so cute.
I should have tweeted that picture. You know, I'll tweet it now and let everyone know we're live.
Yes, we're live, everyone. Hi.
I know I already did a thing, but I meant to do that, but I forgot. I've been running around all day. He always disappears because he doesn't want us to see him.
He doesn't
How
want
big
us to
the
see
room
his
is.
legs.
The Disparu legs. He's got long legs. I'm guessing.
He
I don't know.
does. He's actually pretty tall. Surprisingly, not surprisingly, because you think like when you see someone, you're like, okay, he looks like average sized dude. He's a little above average. I'll admit.
So when someone's taller, you're like, oh, I didn't expect that. Or same thing when they're shorter. Everyone calm down. All right. We're not being
size
rude.
queens.
We're not being sizist.
I am. I don't know what I'm being rude about, but I will be.
I'll be
Your
rude.
own height.
We're being rude about how tall you
My
are.
height. I'm
Yeah,
6
exactly.
foot. I'm not insecure about my height of all things.
No, we were saying that Xray said you're taller than she thought. Not that she thought you were short, but just
No, I get that comment all the time. I assume it's because the camera's too low, so people just assume. Like, if you're really up on the camera, they think you're really tall, and if you're like this, they're like, no.
I
But
look
no one
taller
sees you
than
stand
all
up.
of you.
What are you drinking? You got like liquor, or is that water?
This is vodka soda.
Oh,
I might
so
have had
liquor.
a few.
I got some wine. I'm looking for that picture. Sorry, I'm totally prepared.
I'm working really hard, guys. Like, you don't understand.
You don't
It's a workshop
understand.
for 2 months. Yeah. 24 hours a day.
Yeah. No, this has been a fun event. I'm at Cosmic Summit in Greensboro, North Carolina, and meeting a bunch of I'd say Gary's heroes.
Gary's heroes. Aw,
Oh,
nice.
see Gary fangirl. It's like adorable because I see most other people fangirl, not him.
So you get to see him. Aw.
Mhm.
What the heck happened to the
Like,
picture?
who would you fangirl over?
Me, like hardcore? Probably. God, there's a couple, but I'm just gonna throw Johnny Depp out there because I would probably pass out if I saw Johnny Depp. Like there wouldn't be fangirl. I'd just be like straight on the ground, like that's Johnny Depp. Like I love Johnny because I seen his band, the Hollywood Vampires.
Isn't
He
that
does
all
it.
of them?
Yeah, well, him, Alice Cooper, is it Joe Perry from Aerosmith, right? Yeah, well, they just do like rock music. It was super cool. And they came, and as soon as I seen Johnny Depp come out, I was like, I'm like 100 feet away from Johnny Depp right now. I started freaking out, and I was like, oh my God, like I'm not even that close, but he's right there.
You could touch him almost.
Almost, I could.
If you were Stretch Armstrong, it's like, what?
Yeah.
Just use your long arms. You could reach him.
Well, that's the thing. When you like get the squirrel, I'm like, we can't go that far. Like about half the distance.
I gotta share it from my
It's
phone.
like go gadget arms.
There it is. That's such a nice picture, Disparu. If you ever change your profile picture, it should be you with the squirrel, your happy little screenshot that I took.
It's like
I'm gonna share it right now. Don't worry. Everyone will see it. Don't worry. I know we're
this
starting
should be
great
your
right
profile
now.
picture. Fisting a squirrel.
Ew.
You said it, not me.
Don't do that to squirrels. That's rude.
That's the entire point of it's a puppet. It can't
Well, if it's a
complain. It's a
puppet.
puppet. No, it is like it,
yes.
this is
okay.
what happens with puppets. They get snowmans. It's just part of it.
Wait, the power of one.
The power of
two.
many. If it's enough of them,
Yay!
you can actually make its mouth move.
Sorry, I actually just
the
got
more
excited
fingers, the better.
because there's a squirrel emote. I didn't know that there's a squirrel emoji. I'm tweeting that picture out to let everyone know we're live.
Yay, we are live.
It's the happiest we'll probably ever see Disparu.
Yes. It's like a
Yeah,
proud
that's
parent.
true. Well, no, I think you were very happy when you ate that Brazilian steakhouse. That's
Oh, that
You-
stuff was nice.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Well,
At
then
least
the
we know
chow.
when we ever hang out with Disparu, we
Just
will enjoy food together because we'll eat steak. We all like steak.
Well, yeah.
Every-
Well, this was the entire thing. It was just go to this place. They just serve meat. I'm like, that's great.
Yeah.
That's all I want.
You can make
Yeah.
any man happy by just feeding them. Just saying.
I want to know question because what do you prefer, chicken or steak?
Ooh.
So I love
steak.
chicken, but I prefer steak or any red meat for that matter because you don't have to do much. Like a little salt and pepper is fine on a good steak or ground beef, but chicken you got to do more too because it's not very tasty. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Your question is basically an IQ
Yeah.
test. That's like, do you need to be locked up in an asylum or are you human? That's what that question
Well,
is.
I will say fried chicken tastes the best.
Yeah, but you
out
gotta
of
fry
all of
it.
them. But you have to
Yeah.
fry it. Like if you're gonna pan fry any of the meats, steak is better.
Yeah, I agree. I love chicken, like fried chicken and chicken parm. Oh, so good.
That's my
but
go-to. Oh,
mine too. I love chicken parm. I know it's American Italian. Everybody relax, okay? I like authentic Italian, but I also like American Italian because I'm American. I love
know
chicken
steak-
parm.
You know steak is the best because people get annoyed at you if you add stuff to it.
Or if you overcook it.
Well,
Oh,
yeah, well,
facts.
exactly. And everyone else is like, oh, you've got to do this. You've got to do to steak chicken. What you've got to do with chicken is cook it and then add flavor to it. It's like, no, with steak, if you do that, like you're just ruining the meat. So it's clearly the
Never
best.
ruin the meat.
No, like
True.
A1 steak sauce. Ooh, no.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
no.
weird.
Yeah.
I don't like the steak sauce.
Don't do it.
business. I will do blue cheese, butter.
That's a Canadian thing, right? Blue cheese on steak, isn't it?
Maybe, but I don't do it. Like I would rather
French.
just butter. Realistically,
Yeah,
like,
maybe it
that's
is
what-
Probably.
French.
Probably comes from French. or-
Sounds French.
They like their moldy cheese.
Yeah, it's a little weird, but I dig it. I dig it. Not
Anyways,
sorry.
hi chat. Xray girl's back. Blabs held it down though. I don't know if
Thank you,
Xray saw the
Blabs.
wonderful. I mean, Xray popped in once in a while last week. Every time
Yeah.
Blabs went, Blabs would go like this and be like, I can't even do it. She couldn't
Except
say-
I don't really need to do it because
You
I
Is that
don't.
an impression of Blabs?
Wait,
That's
yeah,
Blab-
this is my Blabs impression. I need to curl my hair. Sorry, one second.
X Blabs. That's what. There you go. You got to make your eyes big. That's what Blabs.
Oh, sorry. Wait, yeah. It's my Blabs impression.
You go, Blabs. Yeah, Blabs is a great third. Anytime she's probably gonna be, we're gonna call her whenever we need we need a
Like,
villain.
who are you gonna call? No, Blabs.
Oh
it's
no,
time.
she's here. She saw
I
it.
have a chair for you, Blabs, if you want to sit right here.
I love how she curled her hair. It's like Blabs.
It's not the same. I know. She's got great curls. I'll
She does.
never achieve those curls.
Oh, but
But yeah, thank
We-
you, Blabs.
she did not demonetize the stream. Everybody calm down.
Of all the people who are going to monetize the stream, would it ever be Blabs?
To monetize?
No, so X-Ray Girl demonetized.
Oh, no,
Oh.
sorry. I thought you were saying
She was
Blabs
making fun of. Well, she was
I thought
making
you were
fun of
saying
a white
opposite,
girl.
Blabs demonetizing the stream. I'm like, no, Blabs doesn't.
Yeah. We love you, Blabs.
We do.
Not unless she's doing like Eshe impressions, in which case maybe.
Who's Eshe?
Oh, it's.
They're
Oh
the
God,
Australian
you're gonna bring her
chavs.
down. The what?
They're
How do
the
you
Australian chavs.
Oh, that Eshe.
They'll steal your
I always
shoes.
say Eshe.
A shade.
I don't know. That's what I think about when they say it in chat, but I know.
A shade. It's like a shade, bro. That's how they say it. A shade, bro. They will steal your shoes. So maybe that's the story of how Mazda lost his shoes. Maybe in a Shay got him.
He is the Eshe, though. He
maybe.
probably stole somebody
She's
else's
like,
shoes.
I'm still worried about that. She wanted to start a GoFundMe for Mazda's
Yeah,
shoes.
can we get Mazda some shoes? Or just
I don't
some
think he likes
flip-flops?
shoes.
He likes to be barefoot. He's a He's like Donnie from the Wild Thornberries, I think.
He's in the outback.
He's in the outback.
Oh my
He
god! But
just
if
like
you don't
wanders
wear
across the
shoes-
wasteland of Australia like Mad Max.
If you don't wear shoes, though, you could get severely more hurt without the shoes on, like snakes, toads, ants.
Listen, they're in your
Koalas.
If a
shoes.
snake bit Mozza, it'd die.
I didn't
Like
say it.
nobody wants to be feasting on Mozza.
Oh,
You don't know
what?
where he's been.
Poor Mazda.
Honestly, Masa would agree with that.
Yeah.
He'd be like, hey, it's true.
It's like he's had one
Wow.
too many cheeky pies. You don't know what the effect is.
Wow. Poor Mazda.
Like you see the impact it has on
He's
him. Imagine
fine.
something else.
I used to be like that too. I used to be like extra girl, like, oh, poor Maz, why is everyone so mean to this poor kid? And then I
Because
streamed with him
Mazza
a few
loves it,
times, and
that's
I was
why.
like,
him.
I get it. Everybody bully Mazza right now.
Yeah. Mozza's the kind of person that will literally come up to you and just find out what you hate and go, no, it's amazing.
It's
Like,
amazing.
You'll just randomly one day, you won't have talked to him in a month, and he'll send you a DM going, no, that's great. Like, you
So does he
arsehole.
like Acolyte then?
He has a thing that the episode 5 is the best of every series.
Episode 5 or the 5th
haven't gotten
movie.
there.
Even if the 5th movie doesn't
Mhm.
exist, the 5th is the best always.
Yeah, he's like, we need to get through these crap
Interesting.
ones, and then we'll get one
I love
that's
how the
good.
first 10 minutes of the stream is just filling Xray in.
Xray?
God,
I thought you were going to say
sips.
excrement. I'm
2
like,
sips. Xray in on the Mazza lore. It's deep. It's too much.
Some people don't know Mazda lore, so we should tell them
the lucky
about
ones.
The lucky ones. There you go. Yeah, Ian.
Oh my god, hi Ian. My British friend. By the way, I heard a British accent and it made me think of you. Which
She was like, saucy. I
Saucy.
miss my saucy
Saucy.
people.
I thought of Ian before I thought of Disparu. I'm so
Well, yeah, I mean,
He's
if it was
Scottish,
Scottish,
though.
that's understandable.
Ah! Oh my gosh.
All right. Well, let's say hi to everybody. Corey, thank you for the 5. Lance isn't a very common name nowadays, but in medieval times, people were called Lancelot. Corey. This Rue didn't even smirk at that one. Usually he giggles at Corey's dad jokes.
I
Thank you,
think we
Corey.
should-
You got
I
extra.
think we should be collectively ashamed. Now, to be fair, I was looking at that as you read it, so I had to read it second time, and then I got even more offended. But no.
What did you just send us? What is this? Hold on. We're gonna pop
This is
up
what I was
first.
looking at the time. It was on.
Do you guys want to know what happened?
I was distracted.
We'll be talking about something in our where is
So
it?
cute.
We'll be talking in our group chat about topics, and then Disparu goes, "Ooh, something shiny."
Video.
This is yeah. You're like, oh no, he just likes the donut. He's like, no, he doesn't like the donut. It's sticking to his feet. It's making him feel disgusting. All right, oh my god.
Oh my god. Poor kitty.
Yeah, if that's inside of Disparu, I bet you guys didn't know. He sends cat and dog videos all the time.
It's
He really
generally
likes the
animals
animals.
freaking out. Yeah.
Yeah. Psychotic Mongoose has been a member for 8 months. Thank you so much. Yes, the gang is back together. It's time to get
Saucy.
yeah. X-ray girl's already there. She's like,
On side scrollers, Babs was like, I thought you'd say saucy on the stream. I'm like, no, that's one time that I've ever said it. Wicked clipped
But-
it and just plays it all the time.
no, but X-ray was like, can you say it again into the mic? And you were like, saucy.
Well, you wanted me to say it, so I'd like, well, you've got to do it.
I used Gary's account to say I love Caro.
Well.
That was for me, Caro.
Yeah, because the chat be like, oh, hi, Gary.
Yeah, Gary's in the chat.
There you go.
Oh my god, Neurotics in the chat. Hi,
Well,
Gary.
technically.
Going back to that
Professor-
Lancelot joke, though, you could get really dark with that. It's like, they died of the Black Death just as much as they used lances.
He's just picking up our Corey's "Let Me Live the Lie."
Oh my god, he did it. Yeah.
Sorry.
It's the day she got arrested for fraud.
Who knows? He probably got a few.
Impersonation.
How about we just say he got a few subs out of it? So she's just doing her job. Good job, X-Ray.
Thank you.
Alone. Thank you. Sorry. I'm gonna pick on
This
her
is what he
until I
means
get
when he's like,
tipsy. I'll be there soon. I got my wine.
this is what he means when he's like, I'm in every stream. It's like, no, it's just Xray on like 5 different computers going all the chats.
Oh my god, I hate how many windows I have open usually. So this is nice that I get to chill out a little bit. So thank you.
Oh no, I
Abe,
despise that. I'm the kind
Abe
of
is
person that even if I go out, I take extra monitors and stuff.
Abe has I know I have two. Abe has
I've
been a
two
member for
too.
8 months also.
My
Good
main
Lord,
monitor
time
is
flies. Seems like yesterday I started watching. I know, Abe. Thank you so much.
Love you, Abe.
He's
It's
like-
actually from Gary. So yeah.
Gary loves you.
Gary loves you.
Uh Bobo Yogi for $2. Stop drinking on streams. Don't go Ricada on us. I don't think that's gonna happen.
Yeah,
We did-
I've said this before. It's like obese people when they die. Am I gonna stop eating? No.
And it's not like we get completely hammered. We have fun. We're chilling with like a little bit of
I
just a
would
little bit
never
of
get
little bit.
that bad.
It's like with anything. There's a difference between
Couldn't.
drinking on
I'd fall
streams
asleep before I got like to it. I would just go to sleep on stream. Like time for a nap.
there's a difference between like drinking on streams and drinking on every stream. But with me, it's like I have a very addictive personality with stuff. I tend to do everything like all or nothing, but stuff like that doesn't really bother me at all.
Like
It's,
the drinking or heavily drinking?
Like it is literally, and I know this is literally the thing, but it's like you can stop anytime. But yeah, it's like well, it's something I only ever do communally anyway. So
Yeah.
I don't. I'm not social enough to get addicted to it.
Just feels
Also-
like I have my desk milk.
Well, exactly, yeah. It's like just replace one thing with another one. I'd like loads of people like struggle to get out with caffeine and all kinds of stuff, but that kind of whole aspect of life has never really been something I've been interested in as a whole.
I
Good.
agree.
I'm glad.
Well, even when it's legal and stuff, I don't really care. It's like,
Yeah. Vimaran for 10. Anyone playing Skyrim? Thank you, by the way. There is hilarious
No.
mod out there called Skyrim badly translated. Whole script translated through 40 languages and back to English, and then AI voice attack back into the game. Pure chaos. Wow, it sounds crazy. No, I've never actually played Skyrim.
Me neither.
No,
I've
what
played it
about
a
you,
lot, but
Disparu?
yeah, I've played it a lot, but I still prefer Morrowind. Everything about Morrowind I thought was better. Then we had Oblivion, that was awful, and then Skyrim kind of came back, but not as much. It's never hit the peak that Morrowind did for me. There are people were trying to integrate like Chat GPT and stuff though into Skyrim to give you more like interactive NPCs and stuff. If we can get that in those kind of games, it'd be awesome.
John Cool has been a member. Cool? Is that how you pronounce it? That's a cool way to spell your name. Just became a member. Thank you so much, John. And M8566 for $2. Nice to see Extra Girl as a guest. Let's get saucy.
I'm
Poor
already
Xray.
sauced.
She's gone for I mean, I guess 2
2
streams, but she made an appearance at the 2 weeks ago. And the chat's fired her.
Yeah, I'm fired. I'm sorry. I'm the worst. Okay, I'll admit it. I'll take I am responsible for my absence.
We just had Asian blabs instead. That would have been the best. Imagine if no one noticed.
X-Blabs.
X-Blabs.
Like the between Extra Girl
No,
and Blabs.
didn't she call herself
X-Blabs.
I think, yeah, that
It was
was her name.
X-Blabs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
All right. So are we gonna start with this?
What do we
We
want
should-
to talk about first? Do we
Yeah,
want
what do you-
drama or do we want the pop culture-y stuff?
I don't
Which is
know.
also
Let's-
drama.
There's all.
Well,
It's
yeah.
all drama.
Okay, let's end with drama then, because
Okay.
that's more salacious.
All
I
right. So do you want to
suppose.
start with the boys, Doctor Who, or Acolyte?
I'm gonna leave it up to Disparu because I feel
All
like
right,
he watched
Disparu.
all
Choice
of
is
it.
yours. I only watched the
I
first
didn't watch
episode
the
of the
boys.
boys.
I'm not insane.
Oh.
The
I
boys
am.
is Wicked's topic. Yeah.
Okay, the boys.
Oh,
is
I got
Wicked
some stuff to
topic.
say.
Acolytes. I think all three of us watched Acolyte.
Nope.
Okay, Disparu.
I'm
and I
not that
watched
crazy.
Acolyte.
I don't know. You can watch the boys, but
And
not
Doctor
Acolyte.
Who is Disparu's topic. So I think Disparu has the majority rule here.
Yeah, he's got 2 out of 3. So go ahead and
Mhm.
pick. Do you want Doctor Who, Acolyte, or boys first? The boys is gonna be relatively fast because it's gonna be me ranting for probably like 10 minutes.
Okay, well, we'll wait until Wicked's drank a bit more before she starts ranting.
Let me go.
Yes!
That'll
We
be,
need
that'll be a more
drunk
interesting
Wicked
rant. Yeah, so we'll do the Acolyte.
All right. All right. So what do we bring up? You did send a couple. What is this?
You know what? You can't find it because you're the problem, Wicked.
I am.
Yeah,
I
kick
am the
Wicked.
problem. I was told that once that I was
What, on your own channel?
I know.
no, by my friend. It was during oh God, what was it? It was okay. Oh no, I remember now. So I lived upstairs from this really large lady, and she just happened to be black, but she was just like really big, and she was so mean to her kid, like mentally abusive, calling this little 3-year-old like retarded and stuff. And I would just constantly hear her yelling at her kid, and I'm like, "You biatch!" And I was venting to a friend about it, and I was like, "Freaking Jabba the Hutt downstairs," and she took it as a racist thing. She was like, "You're part of the problem." I'm like, "Why?" Because I called the fat
Wow.
lady Jabba the Hutt. If she was white, I would have called her Jabba the Hutt too. She's mean. And my friend literally was like, "We're not friends anymore, not because of this, but other reasons, clearly." But she said, "You're
mean,
part of the problem." I'm like, "What?"
Jabba the
Like, I'm
Hutt
like,
is
why did you jump into race with that? Is Jabba the Hutt black? Like, I
No-
don't know.
no.
I
But
know.
thought,
He's an
I
alien.
thought he was green, but I must have misremembered his colors. Is kind of a bit of everything.
But yeah, no, she was just like a mean, like she was big and she was really mean. So I was like, Jabba the Hutt. I thought it was funny. I laughed. Anyways, uh, I'm part of the problem. That's where it started. I should have made a channel
I know.
that
See,
day.
I did say, I told you you are
You told me.
the problem.
Second friend to tell me that. It's okay.
Oh. I love you.
All right. So the Acolyte isn't ruining Star Wars. You are.
This is just this was preemptively trashing fans. Well, I guess it's not preemptive. Mid-emptive.
No, but this is something that you see. I saw almost the exact quote of the first sentence in another article where it says, "No one hates Star Wars more than those that claim to be fans of Star Wars." And the other one said something along the lines of, "The biggest pastime of Star Wars fans is hating on Star Wars." And that's the entire new narrative that they're trying to create, is that, oh, this is just something people do, and it doesn't matter whether it's good or bad, they're going to do it anyway.
Which is
It's-
really sad because people want to like it.
Yeah.
But you suck at making it.
I take away from this, from what I've seen from, people making videos, it's hard for me to watch anything. But from what I've seen, so it's witches that can create force sensitive or people that can use the force with magic, right?
Yeah, let me
Yes.
just say, before I even watched the episode, because I know Gary watched the episode, and he said the whole witches thing, power of one, power two, power of many.
Mhm.
When has there ever been anything like that in Star Wars? This seems more CW than
I was
anything.
just
There
no
were
hate towards
witches
Charmed.
in Ahsoka, and there were witches apparently in
but-
the expanded universe that I don't know.
Okay, maybe in the expanded. I'm not counting Ahsoka because Ahsoka is Disney. But if it's the expanded universe, maybe. But when they do it like that, and you see the clip, and you're just like, "This is not Star Wars.
Well,
This is something I'd watch, and I know because I'd enjoy it." But they
in
ruined it.
Ahsoka with their witches, they kind of just said, "We don't use the Force, we use something else," and it was essentially just, "We're magic users." It's like, oh, magic exists in Star Wars now, whatever. But in this, they were specifically saying everyone else is wrong about the Force, we're correct. And I've seen, even Ryan said, no, they just took the Force and rewrote. It's like, no, they didn't. They specifically changed it and showed you the visual representation of them changing it. So that the Force isn't everywhere. It's not all around you. It is now a thread, which is in a specific place, which you can hold on to with your hands. And I'm like, that's not Star Wars. That's not the Force, nor is it just redefining the Force in any way. And even in their own explanation, they contradicted themselves of, if you use the Force, you can change anything, but it also binds you to your destiny. Well, your destiny is fixed. That's why it's a destiny. You are destined for it. So you can't change everything. Otherwise, you'd be able to change your destiny. It's not your destiny. So the entire thing didn't make sense from top to bottom. But we're supposed to expect it. There's also, there's a paragraph in this article under one of the pictures where it goes, it's because the male audience thinks they own this. It's like, yeah, they do. Like, they're the ones that built it. They're the reason it exists. And without them, you have nothing. they own this IP and no one else matters. And so you can see at the bottom of the thing, it also might be the
Where?
most diverse. That's a lower.
Oh, right here.
Yeah, it also might be the most diverse Star Wars story yet. That's a boon for marginalized fans. So, in other words, the fringes, there's like 2 of them somewhere on a farm. And it's like, why are
and
you
it's
paying
the
attention to them?
gayest. You forgot gay.
Well, yeah, but what all these, it's literally, I need to take these people, which are entirely irrelevant and no one cares about them because there's so few, and we need to put them as the priority, which inevitably forces out all the people that actually do own it. And that's why this is so insane. It's like, no, we need to take these people who are on the margins because there's like 2 of them and no one cares, but also take the male fan base and go, you don't own it, despite the fact that you're 90% of the audience. It's not for you, it's for the 2 people over there, and then they wonder why it fails.
Yeah.
It's the thing that I think they get this. They just want to find something else to like bitch about with people like us that like the original Star Wars story. Is that they're so as Blabs, thank you everyone in the chat, and also Blabs, I caught her just talking about there was witches in, previous pre-Disney Star Wars stuff, but what they're doing with it is very weird. It's basically, so correct me if I'm wrong again, anybody, because I haven't watched The Acolyte and I don't plan on it, but it's making it to where Anakin's not the chosen one anymore and like he doesn't really matter. That's what I'm getting from it? Because they can just create somebody like that with using witch magic,
Yeah,
whatever.
except it's
Right?
worse because Anakin was created by the Force as like almost sort of antibodies because people were playing with the Force to try
Yeah.
and create life. So the Force kicked him out to essentially stop him. Whereas in
Mhm.
this, no, they controlled it. The Force didn't fight back this time. She made them. But I think that this essentially exemplifies the entire argument for the Acolyte. Will excite Star Wars fan base in way few things can in recent memory. Okay, why? Well, it's because it's going to make the piss babies whine, cry, and piss their pants on YouTube streams. It's going to be a wild night. And then underneath, it went, ha ha ha, the piss babies are so upset by this. He's not talking. When he's like, it's going to excite the Star Wars fan base, he's like, I'm going to be so excited about this because people are going to hate it. He doesn't like Star Wars, doesn't like The Acolyte, doesn't think the episode's great. Didn't even make a comment that it was so amazing. The only thing he got enjoyment from is that it annoyed other people. That they destroyed Star Wars.
Imagine living a life like that.
Like,
Like,
you
I
get
just wanna
so
annoy
excited on
people.
negativity.
I
Well,
can't.
that's what all these articles are. You're the ones destroying it. You're the ones gatekeeping it. We don't like you. That's not an article about why this is so amazing, how Leslie Headland is a genius, and she's rewritten for a new moral paradigm the entire Jedi and Sith to come out with a grey morality. It's like,
Yeah, I'm
No.
so glad that I gave up on Star Wars after Kenobi. Kenobi wasn't good, but that was where I was just like, I can't do it anymore. I can't waste my time. The
Mhm.
last decent Star Wars that we've got, like new wise, I would say Mandalorian season 1. In my opinion, was that decent. Well, was season
I thought it was
2 was
meh.
all right as well. It was
It
meh.
was meh, but
It
it
was
wasn't
meh, but
great.
compared to everything else I'm saying, like
But
I'm
that's
talking
the
about, like the
problem,
new
is like
stuff, it's awful.
we shouldn't be lowering our standards. Like
No.
a meh, okay-ish movie or show is getting praised over the moon because of how starved we are for good content. And it kind of sucks because like now we go back to movies and shows that were just okay. Are they great now? No, but it's just comparative to what we have today. And I don't necessarily believe that meh should be good at all.
But
No.
The Mandalorian was just an MMO quest every week. Or spread over a few weeks. It's, you need to go and do this thing. Well, to do this, I need to get a compensator. This guy over here's got it. You go over there, you kill him, you come back with a compensator. Job done. There was nothing to that show at all. And I think that's why it's just in the middle. You can't really have strong feelings either way for it. And I think those are the worst. I've had more fun with The Acolyte than I did with The Mandalorian. Because you could laugh at it.
Yeah,
So I
because
would
it's
rather
so
something be on
absurd.
the extremes.
I've seen a
personally.
couple of clips. I think I seen one clip that Gary shared on Twitter, and I'm just like looking at it like, come on, this isn't a
Is this
parody.
They don't even
real?
sing
This
in
is
key.
for
No.
real. Like, come on.
No, and it is real, which is the wild part. It's like now we're in the comedy era. So where do we go from here?
Just
even
lower
worse.
and lower and lower. That's pretty much it. Hi, Mike. I wonder if
It's
Mike's
even
gonna still be
worse
here
if
when I get
you,
into my boys rant. He tweeted about it, and I was like,
Oh.
listen.
Ooh.
Oof. Anyways, that's like what Disparu said before we started, that it's lesbians like trying so hard to make it like they want to have babies without men.
It's
Can't
what
do
it seems like,
doesn't
isn't
work.
it?
It does seem like that from what I've seen.
They keep saying
Uh,
they don't need men to have babies, so.
But they do need to raise them, otherwise they turn evil. That's what I took from the show. The entire
I'm going to.
It was a
Zach.
load of women that went on a planet
Wait.
without men and all turned evil. Like, it is father figures that raise adults.
Nuh-uh, it's witches.
Well, yeah. If you want them to turn
Well,
to the
yeah,
dark
according-
side.
Yeah. No, I gave up, and I'm never going back. I don't care. You're not even if someone's like, "It was amazing." I'm like, I'm not getting my hopes up ever again.
It's
Not for
better
Star
that
Wars.
way.
Same with Marvel. I feel like out of Marvel and Star Wars, though, not while it's under Disney, but I think Marvel would have more of a chance to fix what happened because they have so many different stories that you could tell. If you reach into, the comics, so many different characters that haven't been explored yet. So if they were brought to live action and done properly, it might, instill some hope back in people. Star Wars, no, I feel like Star Wars is just done. You got your Disney Star Wars fans, then you got real Star Wars fans that liked it from the beginning. Like I told you guys a story before. I had a friend who recently within the last few years got into Star Wars, but she started with the original stuff. And as she started going on, she's like, her boyfriend got her into it. And she's like, I really like this. I never watched it. And she loved the old ones, the prequels. And then she got into Disney Star Wars and she's like, no offense, because she didn't know my take on it. She's like, no offense, but Disney Star Wars is real bad. And this is somebody who consumed all of it at once, basically. And I was like, I'm not offended. It's absolute garbage, because she didn't know my take on it. I hadn't taught, like, it was before I was like really streaming and stuff. And that's somebody who's Gen Z, she's young, and she watched all of it and was just like, nope. So I don't. Go ahead, Disparu. You have the floor.
Yeah, you have to think with we are 3 episodes in, right? So far, we've seen a
That's
lightsaber.
It feels like it's been on for like months.
It's only been 2
Jeez.
weeks.
I'm
we have
exhausted.
seen
I didn't even watch it.
we have seen a lightsaber used as a torch to light up a cave, and it was used to deflect daggers, and then another guy lit one up for no reason whatsoever. At no point.
Look what I can do.
There's been 2 fights in 3 episodes. A lightsaber was never used. They were in the scene, they were never used. And you will never get this stuff back until you get men writing for men, because then some women can like it as well. But now what you have is you've got women writing about the stories they care about, like 2 sisters falling out because it was their own life. And, will we see the sisters get back to... I don't care. You could push those people off a cliff and I would laugh. Nobody cares about their relationship. Their entire emotions are... No one cares about your feelings. What they want to see in Star Wars are people hitting each other with bits of plasma. And you won't get back to that until you start having men writing for this stuff again. Because the rest of society has pandered so much to it that nobody knows the thing until people go, no, I don't care what any of you want, I just want to do this.
Epicverse needs a rom-com.
We need to bring back the
But, like,
rom-coms so we can get all the
rom-coms for
peasantry and just shove it
women.
over there. And
Yeah,
then,
and
like,
then
you can
proper
have your
men.
rom-com, we'll
Really.
actually have movies.
Can I have shirtless men fighting? I would pay Bitcoin for that.
Yes, Carol.
This is what I mean.
I'm-
You can
Even
build a show
Disparu's
that
like, yeah,
everybody
let's have
likes.
that.
I didn't say they needed to be clothed.
Hey, yeah, cross those lightsabers.
You can get the Yord board out.
I'm gonna get some of the word, guys. Thank you so much for the love. We are falling behind already because we're getting Saucy and we let Disparu have the floor. I'm just kidding. Jason Webster for 5 Australian 5. Thank you. Hi to the warm and engaging Xray girl, charming Wicked Virtue, and rapid fire Disparu. Saucy Saturdays here to make everyone's weekend. Yes. Did you guys miss Xray? We did. I'm glad she's back. SLDR 73 for
Soldier.
Soldier. What?
Soldier. I called him Slider and he made fun of me.
Soldier. I know, and I'm dumb just reading the syllables. That's cool. The letters. Soldier 73 for 9.99. Hi, Xray girl. I see you are traveling to everyone's live stream. Disparu, love your stuff, bro. Wicked Virtue just started following. Great stuff. You all rock. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for following.
Follow, because
Yeah.
I mean, these streams are always so fun. So
They are, and I'm
Yeah.
working on some. I'll talk about it near the end of the stuff, but I'm working on more stuff. Xray and Disparu will both be proud of me because they yell at me kind of to put on more content out there.
I constantly yell at Wicked. It's my favorite.
Every day he's
pastime.
like, "What are you
Well,
doing with
okay,
your
right,
life?"
Disparu actually does. He yells at us all the time, and it's fun because then we fight back and we're like,
Well, that takes the fun out of it. If I were,
He yells at us in British though, which is different.
yes,
yeah, he's
It's very
throwing I
Still, I
don't
call
know,
him peasant.
chips and beans at us.
Fish and chips.
Baked beans. Beans are a
Baked
different
beans
thing.
and toast, and it's toast. It hurts because it's toasted,
Separately.
very.
Yeah,
It's burnt toast.
It's warm
wouldn't put the-
beans.
I wouldn't put the beans on the toast because that makes it go soggy and soft, and then there's no point throwing it at anybody.
True. It won't hurt. It won't hurt.
Yeah.
So we throw the beans in the toast separately.
It would smell
Beans in the
disgusting,
can.
That scene went on for 7 minutes. That is going to be wild. Because this the Acolyte, what was it, 22.5 million an episode. So if you actually work out what that is,
I'm like, wait, what are you doing?
no, I had to start doing the math, but yeah, if you work out what 7 minutes of that show costs, that's the singing bit, right? You are going to have an astronomical amount.
Yeah.
Carry on. I'll come
Okay,
back to you.
Justin Martin's thank you for the 10. Good to see Xray Girl back. Wasn't nearly as degenerate without you. It still was, just not as.
Oh, I'm so happy.
Thank
I
you.
increased the degeneracy. Perfect.
Here, we'll let Xray read this one because we missed hearing her beautiful voice reading super chats.
Wow, you really just didn't want to say this.
Licking baking or something like that? Bacon or
Yeah.
something like that? There you go. I said it.
Licking bacon or
$3.5
something like
million.
that. What?
That singing scene, $3.5 million.
How is that possible? Like, there's some
That-
money laundering happening.
Just by taking the average, right? So it's 22.5 per episode. You just divide that by the minutes, and it's 7 minutes. $3.5 million. Well, 3.6
disgusting.
almost.
No, that's stupid. So stupid. Thank you, Licking Bacon, for the $5. There's a mod to play Morrowind in Skyrim called Skywind. It's not available to the public yet, but apparently pretty far along. Very cool.
The issue is all of those things take so long that by then the next game's out, and then they never get finished.
Wow, Blabs.
I've seen people try and do that for Oblivion.
Thanks, Blabs. I'm just gonna leave.
Wow. Okay, I take over. I take over.
We did it, Reddit.
Xray Girl takeover. All right, one more, and then we'll get back to the super chats. I think Disparu is he's got something to say. He's like, whoa, he's over there freaking out. Jason Webster for the Australian
I
Five.
said mine.
Wow, there are not enough adjectives that do justice in describing how great Xray Girl and Wicked Virtue are.
You forgot.
You forgot Disparu.
It's okay, I'm British.
Disparu.
We already took over the world once. Nobody needs to big up our
Yeah, we don't need to remember
ego
that.
anymore. Yeah.
Yeah.
You big it
Then
up
you
too
brought
much, we'll come
crappy
back.
food.
No, it's the best food. You just ruined your taste buds over there.
Blech.
Here you
Well,
go.
exactly.
This is how Disparu
Your
really
food,
feels
you
on
have
the
to put stuff
inside.
on your food because it's that horrible. You have to cover up the innate flavors.
I love this picture of Disparu. He
I
just
know,
looks
he's
so
just-
happy.
I wonder if anyone's gonna take. He's probably gonna get put on thumbnails for that. You're welcome. Anyone that decides they want to use that for a thumbnail.
I will make sure that gets sent to the right people.
He's like, great.
Dang
He
it.
doesn't care. He knows he's not safe. He's not
Look,
safe on this
anything
channel.
you do in this job is going to get memed. It's just part of the.
It's just
Absolutely.
true.
Part of the
It's true. All right, go ahead. What were you gonna say, Disparu? You were talking about like 3 million.
I
You
already
had
said
some.
it. Look, I don't know why you have to get a load of people, a load of women around in a room to sing badly and pay them $3.5 million to do it. That seems insane to
Power of
me.
one.
Like they could have just gone
Reminds
to
me
their
of
local
Charmed.
club. They would have seen it naturally.
What did they used to say on Charm? The power of 3 will set us free, or something like that.
Yeah, the power of 3 will set us free. Yeah.
I love how Disparu's the one that knows out of the
I watched
three
all
of
of
us.
Charmed. I
So
watched
did
all
I,
of the
so did I.
remake of Charmed.
Are you? No wonder you drink so much. No, I'm just kidding. He
Mhm.
doesn't drink a lot, guys. I'm just kidding. He drinks on stream with us.
I'm English. We're built different.
I mean, yeah, but also that you didn't do yourself any favors with the empty bottles that one stream. We're like, you guys
That's
hear
very
that?
true.
I've
My
got lots of
favorite-
gold.
Yeah.
My favorite Disparu drunk moment was on the 20K stream, and he literally fought
Oh.
everyone. And he did warn me. He's like, I'm like, just bring it. Bring
He
it.
was hammered on our stream before that, but he's
Yeah.
right. British hammered is different.
Absolutely. But it's
like
fun.
when he gets hammered, that'd be like, I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm gonna go eat a piece of bread and then I'm gonna go to sleep. Like
No, I
that's-
start talking about philosophy.
but you didn't have anything else to say. All right, what do we have here? on The Acolyte. I see all this boys stuff and ugh, God. Oh, the rap pro that you sent me. That's what did it say? Star Wars has an older, more male skewing audience than Marvel charts. You sent that, didn't? Who sent that? Maybe
I think it
Xray
was
sent
X-ray.
that. Xray sent this. Okay.
Oh yeah.
All
I
right.
just thought it
Three.
was a funny title.
Let's just look at the title.
Even Kathleen Kennedy came out and said women are struggling in Star Wars because of the male-dominated audience. And it is just the title of chocolate sales are struggling because of a diabetic-dominated fan base. It's like, obviously. So stop shoving them into everything. Come on. Or at least make them look like a play to the male audience. It's like, no, we want to not give you what you want, but we still want to shove them in. Why? Star Wars is a place which has managed to make men not like lesbians. Do you know how difficult that is? It was your natural audience
It's
for
like
it, but
you
no.
think lesbians, you're like, oh wow, I try to change them, just like women try to change men.
Yeah, I can fix him.
At the early
Well,
Marvel
at
things
least
did
for
it with the
one night.
costumes and stuff. Like this, none of this was difficult. You only have to look at what was her name, the Black Widow actress. You look at her coming into the Avengers, you're like, oh yeah, I can see why she was popular.
Yeah. But now she's like, oh, what the heck did she say? Oh, I wish I hadn't shown so much skin or whatever. Like, come on. You knew what you were doing.
Well, that's because
Chill out, ScarJo.
she can't get roles for it anymore. She can't compete with the new actresses. So now we've got to
Got
put the
Sydney
ladder out.
Sweeney.
And
Yeah,
now,
she can't.
well,
The power of the Sydney Sweeney boobs.
it is
Power
literally
of
pulling up the ladder
two.
behind you.
This right here, though, saying the 3 Marvel series made significant breakthroughs with female audiences. Agent Carter, I heard that was good, but I actually didn't watch that. Jessica Jones, I liked Jessica Jones.
I like
Loki?
the first season.
The first season of Jessica
second
Jones was good. The second season was like, it wasn't needed.
Nah.
They should have stopped after the first one and just
But
left
it
it
was
alone.
Tennant. The first season of Jessica Jones wasn't because of her; it was because of Tennant.
Well, he was a
played
great
that role
villain.
to a T. Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, I agree with that. But I liked the show as a whole, like certain scenes with her. Like one of the funniest scenes I thought in that series was when she got drunk and fell in garbage. She's like, I'm a piece of shit. I'm garbage. She was like laying in garbage drunk. I like her. But Loki, I didn't watch the second season of Loki. Loki shouldn't be like making a breakthrough with female audiences because it's supposed to be about not that they
Well, he
can't
got
like
kicked in the
it.
balls.
Yeah.
I mean, he could be like a hot dude that does a lot of adventuring, like at best, because he's not classically cute. But I could see how women are attracted to it, right?
Yeah, they like his like swagger, I guess you'll say, right? Like the way he
Yes.
carries himself, his style.
The way he's submissive to another woman.
No,
Oh yeah, super hot.
No.
Well, I mean, he was in all the series. Loki was just submissive to basically anyone around him.
No,
he
but
wasn't
I
playing the
liked
character
him.
at all.
I liked him in the Thor movies because he was funny. And
Yeah, well,
you know.
he went from like a big bad to like comedic. But what they did tell his story well. That's what I liked about Loki, right?
he
Because
had
he was a
his
bad guy that had
arc.
that character. Yeah, he
His
had his arc,
redemption.
the redemption, the character growth, and then the Loki series comes out, and they're just like, let's wipe that away.
Who is
And that's what
Loki now?
Did you go?
Loki is like a
It's true
giant
though.
time third dimensional space tree. I'm not even joking. That's how it ended. No, it ended with him walking into the timelines and grabbing all the vines of time and then wrapping
Oh,
himself around them, and he just looks like a tree with branches.
that just sounds horrible. I'm glad I didn't watch that.
I didn't watch it either, so I thought you were just making like a silly
was-
joke.
No,
Um,
that's literally that's the finale. It's awful. I didn't watch the rest of the series because Mauler told me I didn't need to, and he says the finale won't make sense, but you don't need. That's how we all feel. Even if you watch the rest of the series, you'll feel the same. So I was like, okay.
All right, I'm not like super drunk. I'm not gonna get super drunk, but we're gonna get into the boys talk because I need to.
I will be right back.
Okay. So a lot of people gave up. How many seasons of The Boys did you watch? Disparu, did you watch
all the first? I think I watched. Yeah, I think I must have watched all the second because I remember the women get it done moment,
Okay.
and I think
So-
I cut out a bit of the way through episode 3 when the humans started getting powers. That there was like the lead guy and the other camp guy. Both of them got powers, and I stopped watching.
Yeah, because you could just get injected with the
Well, it
Uh,
just seems stupid, and it was another excuse to get men naked, and that had been increasing throughout the entire thing, and it's just like,
so I liked season 1, and I liked the whole concept. I wanna watch. I'm gonna read the comics eventually because I like the story behind this, that if Superman and Captain America were real, they wouldn't be like, Boy Scouts. Not all of them anyways, right? They'd have like god complexes. There'd be evil ones, So I liked
mhm.
that. And I liked Homelander too. I thought they were gonna dive deeper into his story. And to me, a good villain has layers, and that's what it seemed like they were doing with Homelander. And then now just okay. So yeah, I watched season 1, 2, and 3. 3 was when it really started getting where I'm like, are they gonna like they're pushing the message too much, getting too political, the whole escapism that we all watch. Well, most of us like to watch, shows and movies for wasn't there. So I was really
But that
worried about season 4.
that had always been the issue. The thing people had, because I saw a lot of comments about, oh, they do both sides. They never did both sides.
They did a
It's
little bit,
no,
but
no, no, no.
I'll get
It,
to
it
that. I'll let you say what you're saying
what it
first.
is, it's the same as Barbie, right? They were pushing all of their point of view, but because their morality is opposite yours, what you saw as them clowning something else was actually they came at it from an entirely different point of view. The best example was for instance, when there was like the disabled guy or whatever, and he like popped his ears, and people were like, oh, he's taking the piss out. And no, he was supposed to. You were supposed to hate him for that. That
Yeah.
was his evil guy. You're like, that was great, and it's like, no, that was meant to make him awful. There was another scene where they had, I can't remember what it was, but it was like various different stalls, and they went to the fair, and there was kind of like pride burgers and stuff, and people were like, oh, they're taking the piss out of it. It's like, no, they were saying that corporate uses this stuff, and that's a bad thing. So you thought it was funny because they were taking the piss out of the corporations doing it. It's like, no, but they're coming at it from the other angle of they shouldn't be doing it. This is horrific. They're evil. And so two people kind of agreed on the same thing, but they were never taking the piss out of their side. And you see
Yeah,
that in
yeah,
this
no, you see
review.
that heavily in season 4. I started see so we'll go back to season 2 where I was like, they kind of it's at least it seemed like maybe they were making fun of both sides, but definitely heavier on the right. 100% always heavier making fun of the right. And then season 3, as that season went on, I'm like, oh my god, like really? It was really annoying, started bugging me. But when season 4 came out, I was very hesitant, and I'm like, let me just watch the first episode so I can at least say that I don't like it because I seen it and didn't like it. So yeah, I watched the first episode and it was absolutely ridiculous because not only do they heavily push that, oh, the right is bad, but there's a scene where there's a protest going on and it's Starlight side, which is the very wholesome and ever loving left that are never do no wrong. They're just saints. And then the Homelander side, which is the right wing, and he's like, this article says he's supposed to be like Donald Trump, like the right wing conservatives are all evil. And it's like there really is a middle ground in the real world, but in the boys universe, they just and when we see it time and time again, I'm not going to get too political. I know people are going to get out of here probably. I never get political, but I'm just saying we see so much in the real world that if we really want to take it there, we see a lot more aggression and violence from the left if we're really going to go there. But they kind of flipped it, not kind of, they totally flipped it, and it's all on the right, and it's just really ridiculous. And I'm watching, and they even have a sign up like that they're showing like YouTubers and commentators and stuff, and one person that's like pro Homelander and is like rooting for him
Well,
has
that's
a
because that's what people
DeSantis.
were doing. Like,
Yeah, well, he's got a
these
DeSantis
articles,
sign, like actual Ron DeSantis sign in the
yeah, because
background. So
it'd
they
be too on
actually
the
are
nose for
pulling,
it to put, yeah.
but it's really, you know what I mean? So like they're actually putting real life politics in with it, and it's just like, oh my god.
Well, that's
Um,
good. They couldn't put a Trump one because that's who he is. So
yeah,
DeSantis was the closest one they could get to the guy, because otherwise you'd ruin the analogy if you put him as a separate person into the universe.
yeah,
Um,
exactly.
if you do like Control F on this though, for
Hold on, let me make sure I'm over here.
you can either put like analog or evil Superman. Or evil probably comes up.
Oh, let's
It,
see. Hold
it's
on, I'll do
in
evil.
yeah, it's one of the titles. It'll be obvious. It's in
There,
bold. No,
there.
just
This right
no,
here.
just
Oh,
no. Keep scroll. Just
keep
in one of
scrolling.
the
Just
control left searches through the things. You can literally click through. Click the down arrow.
oh, I see. There you
There you
go.
go. this is goes. He's always been a Trump analog for me. I'll admit to being a little more bold this season than I have in previous seasons.
Yeah.
This was written for season 3, and like he's been so honest about the series, so mask off. These interviews go back right to the start, him saying this is what it is. But he says the world is getting more coarse and less elegant. The urgency of the team's writing reflects that. We're angrier and more scared as the years go on. This is reflected in the writing. And then he talks a bit about how, like, you know, Homelander's actual thing, but then he says it's white male victimization and unchecked ambition. And those just happen to reflect the guy that's leading the country. So all of it is literally, essentially, hating the fan base. This is literally hating the fan base of hating the audience. The target demographic of the audience are the same people he despises. And the entire show is just telling them how much I hate you.
Yeah, we're gonna go into like the reviews on it too. People aren't happy with it. So, and another thing that I'll just touch on with this, I forget the name because I was just kind of like watching this, just like, wow, they really went this deep into it. Not surprised, but more annoyed that they just went. It's ruining something that could have been really good. This boys show could have been great. The first season, I really enjoyed it. I know some people had mixed reviews on it, but I liked it. I really enjoyed the first season of The Boys. It was different, and you know, we were escaping into this different world, and they weren't really putting the message or anything into it. I like The Boys for the boys, not even the superheroes. I like
yes,
the boys. Yeah, they were the best
stopping
bit.
the superheroes.
Butcher is amazing. I love Butcher.
Yeah, how do you track them down? What kind of darkness would you reach trying to do it in the first place? Because all of your lives have been destroyed, which is why you're willing to sacrifice them for this thing. You're going to hit a load of weird challenges of your fighting powers in the first place. All of that is interesting, but the moment you start getting into corporation stuff and going off down, well, like he says, the urgency of our team's writing reflects that. We're angrier and more scared. This is literally a guy that's gone off his rocker, and he's just like, the world's ending, we need to do something about it. And so he writes it. This is very similar to Russell T Davis's kind of attitude.
Yeah, and something that I forget her name, but they introduced a new character this season, and I'm not gonna finish it. Like, I'm like, I'm not wasting my time because the first episode was just such garbage. I can't even force myself to finish it, to review it, or anything like that. So I'm done. I'm totally done with The Boys now. But I mean, it's the last season, so whatever. So they introduced a character. I can't remember her name, but her power is that she's the smartest person in the world. She's a black woman, and they want her to become part of the Seven. So he, you know, recruits her, Homelander, and she's helping him with plans. Like, they have this plan where they kill 3 of his biggest supporters. He makes the Deep, and you know, of the rest of the Seven, there's only 3 of them left besides him, right? He makes them kill his 3 biggest supporters, and then A-Train has to run them real quick to this big rally and make it look like Starlight's side did it, like that they killed these 3 guys, and it's like she's the smartest woman in the world, and she's all like, but you know what, I'm calling it right now, she's gonna end up probably being like the hero. She's the smartest woman in the world. Yeah, she's infiltrating. That's what I'm saying. Because they're not gonna make a black person and a woman. She's a black woman. Come on, not in modern Hollywood. They're not gonna make her a bad guy. So she's gonna be the hero. She's infiltrating. She's gonna figure out how to kill Homelander or whatever. That's where I think is gonna go with this.
If I had to write it with their kind of thing, I would have said that Starlight got to her way before. She was like 5 steps ahead of him. It's going to be like Ocean's 12 or something, where they'd already stolen the thing before they even started the challenge. So they'd actually won right from the start, and it'll be the same with her. It's like, well, I actually thought that she would be useful. So
yeah, it's just such garbage this season, and yeah. The ratings reflect on it a little bit, but we already know, like, do we fully trust Rotten Tomatoes? Just in time. We're almost done, Xray, with The Boys.
A lot of the stuff with ratings, because obviously it's Amazon, so you're not going to get numbers. But yeah, so there's 500 reviews for it. So now you can go back to like season 2, season 3. Did they have more than 500 reviews? Because that'll tell you how many people are actually watching. Because I think with this, you find out that people drop off over time, and you're left with the people that like the message. So the score kind of gets fake boosted, because all the people that didn't like it never made it this far.
Yeah, and you know, of course, Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 95%. But the audience score, I think 59 still seems too high. But if you look through at the comments,
that's where you get all the information, right?
Yeah, where's the
Sorry, and I was listening, and I kind of wanted
There
to
we go.
add that the boys, especially in season one, they did not hold back on any side, and now it seems that it's very skewed to one side.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Disparu's right. They did definitely poked more fun at the right,
Oh,
but they still poked a little bit of fun at the left, and it made it where okay, this is tolerable. But now they have just gone full blown. Like when I tell you, when they have this rally and they make what's supposed to be like the left liberal side, they're so like nice and docile, and they're just all loving, like almost hippie-ish, and then you got the right side that's like foaming at the mouth. They're like, no, that's in the real world, I would say that's the left. Like I understand that both sides do things. I'm definitely not someone who completely is blind to that, but we've seen it. Like we've seen it in real life when like, riots break out or whatever and stuff. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
not like they just
no
like,
side's an
"Oh, I'm an innocent.
angel.
I know, I'm an innocent little." No. No, no, no. Um but yeah, sadly the season has poor writing. Was it used to be the best show there was, what a disappointment. A shell of its former self. There's a few people that are saying it's awesome, but the first 3 episodes had no sense of direction. I feel like that too with this one. It was like I don't know. It's just like, here, we're gonna make sure that you really hate Homelander, okay? And you know which
yeah.
side is the right side to root for in this
They've been
season.
making
Well, it's more
Homelander the
important
evil
this year as
person.
well. Like this is
Yeah.
the thing. It may be the last. It's the last one, so they don't care about getting renewed. It's the current year in America, so they really want to hammer everything home. They
Yeah,
want to
because
show that
elections.
yeah, they want to show that Homelander can do literally anything, and those people will still like him. 'Cause they
Exactly.
want
And it's the
the entire
silliest
point. Is,
thing. No, go ahead. Sorry. It's the
the
entire
entire
point.
point is to make you think that is to make you feel ashamed, essentially. That whenever he
Yeah.
says anything like, well, I can't support him, it is literally to split you off from what is good and moral. We want you to join our side because we want to, so that you'll be like, you don't want that stink. It's to make supporting something socially unacceptable. It's the entire aim. And they'll do that through shame and humiliation because they're the best
And
weapon.
and it's very like dramatic with what they do because they show, before, like you were saying, in the first few seasons, Homelander hid that he was evil. Didn't show it. But then, and this
Now
is the
he's just
silliest
outwardly
thing.
evil.
Yeah, the
Mhm.
silliest thing. I think it was the finale of season 3 or the second last episode. I don't even know anymore, but about that. So some guy throws a bottle at his son who is just like him, basically invincible, a plastic bottle. So he blows his head up and everyone cheers
Oh, I
for
think that was
him.
the season finale, wasn't it?
It was
Season.
the finale, I think. Yeah, there was a finale,
I've
the
seen
second
that.
last
Yeah.
episode. So, and everyone cheers for him, and that is them going way too dramatically hard, like saying that you don't think anyone on the right, like the right people, don't do wrong. You cheer for them even when they do bad, and they even like talk about it in the season, like it was a plastic bottle. He's like, it was the principal, and like we're supposed to laugh at that. Like they could have at least made it more intense. Like not only is this kid basically unkillable, they should have had him get shot or something a little
So
more intense, not a
I have
freaking
a
plastic water bottle.
I have a
I
Ugh,
think you
question
throw
then.
things. What do you expect?
In season 3, MM's ex-wife is dating some white dude that is into, of course, Homelander.
Yeah.
What was his reaction to that, and what did he say? Out of curiosity, I'm
I don't want to
assuming he
like
did.
okay, spoilers for the next like 60 seconds for anyone that may not have watched it because I don't want to like ruin this completely for anyone. I don't think Xray cares because she's not going to watch it. I don't think. So he's still so they talk about him. I forgot his name. He's still supportive of Homelander, and he kind of like disappears. It goes into like this like he just is not around. And her daughter is starting to act out because she really loved him. They got close, and she can't find him, and she wants him to come talk to her because she's like getting in fights in school, telling her mom to F off, just like going completely bad. So she goes to Mother's Milk and is like, I know with your connections, can you try to find him and see what's going on?
She didn't
Um,
get like that when MM and her were broken up, but
but with her
stepdad?
stepdad, yeah, whatever, exactly. It's just for this part of the story, right? So he goes and he finds him and he sees him getting ready to go into somewhere with that black girl that I had mentioned earlier who ends up working with the Seven. And they're like, oh, they're so excited. He's one of the 3 that are Homelander's biggest fans that get brought in to meet him. And then that's when he tells Deep and A Train and Noir, beat these guys to death. So that's what happens to him. He's one of the people that gets placed during the like riots.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. And also, I want to say, Mother's Milk is like they made him like toned down for this season. He was very buff.
He's not
He's not, like
masculine anymore?
he, like, is, but he's small. Like, I wouldn't say he's puny, but he was,
Hollywood
like,
does that.
very
Hollywood does that all the time.
he was
And
very, like here, let me look it up, just to show you
it's a
guys.
very American thing. I don't understand it, and I didn't spot it until people kept pointing it out. But it is true in every series. They always like tone them down. Even now, like in Doctor Who, you've okay. So he's cutie Gatwa. What have you done with him? Well, he hasn't saved anybody. All he does is cry all the time. He's weak, effeminate, and everybody else saves him. Well, he gets everyone killed, and then
Here, this
people just
kinda
have a
shows
go
it
at
a
him.
little.
And
You can't
it's happened too many times for it not to be a pattern. I rarely ever see essentially like a big,
Oops.
strong, sort of masculine black dude in anything. It
Clicked on
just
the wrong
doesn't
thing.
happen.
Yeah,
They
he was, like,
always
very,
target him.
you know he didn't look like himself. When he first popped on screen, it's like, "Wait, is that did they change the actor? Wait, where'd it go? My god, hold on.
Well, it probably comes down to more how he acts than how he looks.
Right
'Cause
here.
oh,
Oops.
yeah, he's
What
lost
the
a lot
heck?
of bulk. I mean, that
Yeah,
would be
I'm
more
trying
like
every
a
time I try to
personal thing
zoom
for
in,
him,
there we
though.
go. It's not yeah, he's like this was him in the earlier seasons.
Yeah.
This is him now. He's very
He's like meek. Sorry, Epic Mic.
yeah.
That does look like an entirely different person. It's like
It
he's lost
does,
a load of
doesn't it?
weight.
He's not as masculine.
Well, I think he's just lost a load of weight.
And the beard.
Oh, yeah. I mean, look at right here too. This shows it. Like he definitely that compared to that. Like even you can see like his shoulders, you know, like he's like that, and he's like that.
He's definitely
no-
skinnier.
Yeah, he's definitely a guy. I wonder if they had him like slim down, like don't stop working out so much. I don't know. While Xray girl is finishing her snacky, we're gonna get to these super chats. So sorry, guys.
Sorry.
Star Wars. No, it's okay. Star Wars Marvel purist, been a member for 3 months. Hail Wicked, congrats on the channel growth. Pasana, those LA. Sorry, those joking. Those LA Noir streams were great. Thank you. I miss that game so much. I'll bring it back. I'll wait a bit though, since it hasn't even been a year since we finished it. But those streams were a lot of fun. Thank you so much. M8, thank you for another 5. Hey, Wicked and Xray, force Disparu to watch Godzilla -1. He's missing out. Yeah, you need to watch it. It's great. But Disparu doesn't
I've
like to be
heard, though, it's
entertained. He
been-
likes to be mad.
It's they've edited it. They've edited
For-
the ending on
Really? For
Netflix.
Netflix? Oh
Yeah,
no.
They've taken the sub and they've changed it to insult the man. Like there was a big thing on Twitter about it. There was
As
a
somebody
bit at
who's
the
seen it in
end.
theaters.
Well, they didn't. I think the subtitle's something else, but essentially, I'd have to look it up because I can't quite remember. But when he's there, like in a room crying, and I think she's on a bed or something, and she looks over to him, and I think in the movie originally she says something like, "Is this it now? Is your war over?" Whereas they've changed it to something like, "Can your war be over now?" And it's like
Did they? They
this
didn't
is
change
her
it when
going,
I seen
Can you
it.
just stop going after this stupid, pathetic
I
thing
don't
you've been
think
doing?
that's how-
Is it finally over? It's like entirely changed the meaning of it.
I need to see it because
You
can
you
probably
see it
get-
in
I can-
theater, so
I-
you'll know.
she's the
might
most
be able to find
supportive
the Twitter thing.
person. That's
She is, I
why
love
that
her.
sounds weird to hear that they changed that, like as if she's some complaining woman.
Yeah, the way they changed it to it makes it sound as if she's having a go at him. For instance, I've had enough of this. Can it just be over? Is the way it comes across.
I have to see. Here we got quite a few memberships gifted. Thank you so much, Psychotic Mongoose, for the 5, Emilio for another 5, and Clyde gifted 2 memberships. Duppy gifted 1 as well. Thank you guys so much.
queen.
Yeah.
And let me get back to the super chats. All right, I didn't skip anybody. I just wanted to put the get the members all together. Thank you guys so much. Caro Brown for 10. Thank you. I loved Star Wars enough to learn Mandoa. It's a fictional, I hope I said that right. It's a fictional language more worthless than high school French class. And I did
That
it because I
sounds
loved the lore and culture. Now it's trash. Hey, it sucks because now it's trash. But think of how many people during Game of Thrones learned that language. What was it? The Dothrakian? Is that right? Did I say that right?
What? Sorry, I was finding
The-
Dothraki? But
Doth-
it's like the
that
same
was
thing with
Dothraki.
Lord of the
that was-
Rings with Elven. It's fine if you loved it, I think.
Yeah, say Game of Thrones. Yeah, it's fine. It'll come in handy someday, probably, or at least it's something that you could say you did when it was good. Brian Ross, thank you for 5. The thread. You better take your butt back to the spinning wheel and have my hunting clothes done before dawn. The Force don't feed you for charity.
Wow.
What's that from the Acolyte? Oh, something with the Acolyte? Did we miss that? Sorry, I hate when we do that when we miss the topic.
Well,
Disparu.
the thread was from the Acolyte. Yeah, they changed the
Okay.
Force into the thread.
Okay, got it.
Really,
I didn't watch it. That's
really
why it's
gives
terrible.
support to all the theories that the posters were literally just like, you know.
Yeah. You know.
Well,
the
everyone's talking about
tampon.
the thread, and they all communally get together and pull on the thread, and they are in that scene. They are really happy campers. They are. Something is going on in that scene. They're certainly pulling on something.
Miss Smart Muses, thank you for the super sticker. Hope you're doing well. Vimaran for another 10. My favorite in Acolyte is Fat Jedi Lardo Chloresian. Instead of going through Jedi training, he ate his master. By the way, there's something called Sith alchemy. Look into that. Is that what they use? Like the witches, Sith alchemy?
Well, this is the thing. Those witches claim not to be Sith. This is the whole point. It's like, well, you are messing
But
with
they're
the dark
evil, though,
side.
right?
Well, they're definitely evil. Like, they literally created an evil Sith child. Or everything they said came across as evil.
Munchlax has been a member for 3 months. Thank you. No one hates Star Wars more than those who claim to be Star Wars fans. That a lot of confession through projection.
Mhm.
Yeah, exactly. Xander's rants for $1.99. Thank you. Xray, when you ever watching Doctor Who again?
When they get home in like 3 weeks.
She's on
Give
her
me time.
way.
Give me time.
Jason Webster, thank you for another 5. Leslie, it's Star Wars, not Witches of Eastwick or Hocus Pocus. Do you see friggin' Michelle Pfeiffer or Bette Midler on set? It's true. Like, if she wanted to make a witch show, maybe she should have made a witch show, not a Star Wars show. Jason Webster, thank you for another 5. Episode 3 of The Acolyte is an assault of the senses. It is a miracle nobody watching wasn't bleeding from the eyes and ears by the end credits. So yeah, this makes me happier that I'm just not watching it. Azur, thank you for the $5. You don't write stories for men or women. You write stories for humanity and let the chips fall as they please. It's a good way to put it. You just write good. You just write good stories. It doesn't matter. I mean, you can write stuff like rom-coms or for
People have
women.
moralities.
But I get what you're saying, Azur.
Morality and values are a fundamental part of humanity. Humanity isn't being human isn't just walking around the earth. No, you have values. There are good things and evil things, and there are stories which relate to those, which resonate with you. Sort of going out and having kids isn't just making flesh. That it makes you feel a certain way, and so you have to have the morals that make you feel those certain things. And if you put forward something as good when they see it as evil, it repulses the audience. But because people come at it from different ways, you have to have a target demographic, and men have different morality than women do. And so you have to make it for a target demographic. Doesn't mean excluding people, but you have to
that's what I mean.
choose who
Not
to
excluding people.
Well, it's like if you go
to
back and watch what happened in the prequels, the audience was all men, and maybe there were some women there, but they weren't the audience.
Yeah. Mark of Reality, thank you for that 50. The blaming the fans for their failures irks me to no end. It's immature, and they're making a low-quality product because of them, not the fans. Learn to take responsibility for your own actions.
Damn.
Thank you for the 50, Mark, but very true. It's so weird because I don't remember when I was younger ever seeing, these filmmakers blaming fans if a movie didn't do well. If a movie didn't do well, if they had or a show, they would fix it and try to do better next time. Now it's just like, no, we're doing great. You guys suck. What?
Well, I think that's where the fun comes from. I genuinely think they get the rocks off by
they want us to be miserable.
Going, I'm better than you.
Well, not miserable.
Like,
they're miserable and they want us.
No, they actually want us to be miserable because then it's like winning.
It makes them happy.
They get
like
paid
people
anyway.
That's very true.
If Leslie Headland only made money if the show did,
that's her name.
You'd have a different show.
Yeah, it's a really unfortunate name.
Sergeant Curtis Schultz for $19.99. Thank you. Hello, Xerox girl. Did you look up Mackinac Island? It's a wicked virtue experience.
What's a Mackinac Island? I don't get it.
I'm afraid. I don't Google things. I'm afraid. Thank you for the
Is it
1999.
as
Does this
bad
dude
as
know? He's
blue
giggling.
waffle?
I have no idea. I've not heard that. No,
Oh.
I just, when you were like, this must be horrific, and then I read the end, it said it's a wicked virtual experience. I'm like, well, you're kind of insulting yourself saying that.
Awkward.
I don't know. I'm scared to look. Acolyte script had a father, but when he read the script, he went to the store for blue milk. Thank you, Perk 2 for the
Wow.
5. All right. I think we're done with the boys talk. It's
See,
it's embarrassing how bad that show's gotten, because I know some people
It
in the chat are
was
saying they
so
never liked it.
good.
I thought it was so good. I do want to read the comics, but I've seen a few people. I 100%, if I'm interested in something, I'm gonna see it for myself or read it for myself. Even if people are telling me like not to do it, I want to make my own opinion for most things. Like I've given up on Star Wars, but that's my own. My friends are still torturing themselves like these two right here. I gave up.
hang on.
But
Going
I
back to
kind
the
of do want
Godzilla,
to.
I've got the
The God-
Godzilla -1 clip.
Oh, here, share.
Um,
Let me just get this.
I-
Let me just get
I'm-
this thought out
thing is,
real
I'm
quick.
confused because this is the second line that I've seen now, and
Well,
so
share it.
without pulling it up on Netflix, which I might actually have to do to see what on earth the ending actually is, because before they included what the line was, and maybe it's before this.
I can agree with that. So my point, what I was getting at, is that I want to read the comics now because I would like to see it without all this crap in it, the actual story, because I like the boys' story.
But this
Not
is the
happy-
kind of attitude that I mean. Not a happy camper. The English dub completely changes the final line of the movie and irreversibly damages the impact. I've seen this from multiple people, and now it seems like there's multiple lines, because I've also seen a different clip where it did say,
Disparu Q.
Wow.
is your thing entirely changed? Well, you're going on to a different topic. Is your what was it? Is your war finally over now, or something, rather than have you finished, essentially? But in this, she goes,
Look at my face now. I'm minus one eye.
and
Shut
that's the-
up! No!
and that's
That
the
wasn't
end.
that wasn't in the actual movie that
No,
you seen,
that
Xray?
wasn't in the movie. No, it
Yeah.
wasn't. No,
Completely
the
checked.
reason. Okay, spoilers.
No, go.
He has that because she pushed her mans out of the way to save
Yeah,
him.
she saved him. Yeah.
Yeah, but now combine that with the other line that I said they changed before of, is your
Is your war
have,
over
have,
now? No.
have you finished your war, or whatever the original one was? Or it's now, is your war finally over?
So
Combined
she
with that,
blames him
Yes.
for her own actions.
yeah,
I
your
didn't know
war
why I didn't see that. So
occupied all your
wow.
stuff, and it's got me injured. She's just blaming him for everything.
Wow, that ruins the movie.
So I didn't catch that. Like when I watched it at this part, like I didn't think about that. But yeah,
But you never saw the original.
I didn't see the original. Yeah, I still think it's a great movie. Now I would like to get my hands on the original. But
That's
why
so
would they do
sad.
that? Because that was something like their relationship was just the cutest. Because they started off as like they weren't together. And then like I don't want to ruin it for anybody, but
So we're
so
spoiling
good.
it now. Spoil
And
it.
she
No.
does, like, that scene is so powerful when she pushes him out of the way and we think she's gone, and just like, this guy's life sucks.
Yeah,
What-
and the dude, he goes and does his thing, in that plane. You think he's gonna sacrifice himself, but he's like, no, I have a kid, I gotta, take care of them. And then to get her back in the end,
Hold
after
on.
all that, it's so sad.
Mhm.
You guys
because-
keep talking. I'm gonna pull it up on my phone and listen to make sure that whoever shared this isn't lying. Not you, Disparu. This person. Hold on, give me a sec. I'll be right
Well,
back.
multiple people have said they've been changing lines, and given what's happened with anime, because they've had exactly the same issue, they when it comes over here, they translate it and they change all the meanings.
Subbed and dubbed. Yeah.
Well,
I hate it.
there was one where she asked this girl, like, oh, you've changed your outfit, and she's like, yeah, I wanted to look good for so and so today, and they changed it to something like, yes, I hate changing all my clothes all the time because I have to do it, but I have to do it for the oppressive patriarchy, and they literally put patriarchy
They put
in the
patriarchy?
anime dub. It's like, this is why, and there's been a few of the dubs where it just stands out, and they'll say something like, that sounds weird. I don't think that was there originally. And in things like this, it's so subversive, because if you don't know the original, that just comes across as a story. And it turns out she just really was annoyed at him, and they probably split up afterwards. Rather than actually coming like, no, it's two people versus the world, or whatever the storyline would have been. Instead of being
Ah.
wholesome, it becomes antagonistic. Just through the
Okay.
translation.
Some people are saying it wasn't dubbed at all. I don't know. I hope it's not.
There's
'cause
been
if it
multiple
is-
people. I've seen multiple lines. It is literally the dub
Your
on
time
Netflix.
has come.
Yeah. Oh, so I just randomly clicking for you on Twitter could go what?
Oh, that could go wrong real quick.
Yeah. It's like it's I hadn't thought about it until I looked over here and saw it changed. I was like, oh.
Oopsies.
What's funny though, it's just Krista going, I want to go to Potato Land. You get a lot of random stuff
Oh
on
my
Twitter.
god. Kristen's such a I don't know what happens in her mind sometimes, but when you see glimpses of it, you're like, huh.
This is
Okay.
me, and it's just like a really messed up face of a bird.
But the whole argument of sub versus dubbed, I prefer subtitles most of the time because have you ever watched a show with the subtitles and dub and you're like that it's not translated correctly? And so I prefer it if possible because the Western values do change a context of a scene depending on what it is because sometimes that translation wise it doesn't make sense, which is fair. Like if it doesn't
Just
directly
watched
translate, you have to. But
Sorry,
no
I pulled
worries.
it up on my
What was that
phone,
about?
and whatever that was on Twitter, maybe they're in a different country. She didn't say that. I just literally just watched that scene,
Well-
and he comes in and she's just like, "Can this war of yours finally be over?" And he was like,
Well,
"Yes."
No, that was the
She
other
didn't
line
say
that I said
anything.
though.
But she didn't say anything about a minus one eye at all.
Well,
I
maybe-
literally just I
maybe-
pulled it up on my phone
May-
on
may-
Netflix.
Maybe that was me
different
meaning the other
countries.
thing though. But I was after that clip. I was
Well,
after
yeah,
the
but
one
still,
that says view, because
the
that's not what it
minus one
said.
eye thing was kind of No, you're
No,
right.
but
The
that
minus one
meaning
eye
the
thing
fact
was
that
very
they've
weird.
already changed the line. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
This is
But-
why I'm saying that the two look weird because I'd already seen that with the previous line. I just couldn't find the other clip because Twitter search and everything aren't really designed to make you find things, which is weird for a search.
Yeah.
But what I mean is the one that you just said is already changed. Like, can your war finally be over? It's like, that's not what she said. It says, for the other thing, it's like, is your war completed? Have you achieved your goal? Was the original
Yeah, that sounds
message,
better.
not,
But
"Is your war
I'm
finally
sorry,
over?"
that minus one eye thing was real weird. I'm glad that she didn't actually say it. That was a joke. I had to look it up. I'm like, what?
Oh my
But
god.
no,
I had to look it up.
if the way that would have been though is they're taking the piss out of the fact they've already destroyed the movie. Like this is the point. Like by changing the line, you've already ruined the movie. So you watched the whole movie, you didn't know, and you were like, "No, it's fine. This is what it's meant to be." It's like, no, it isn't. That was the wrong thing originally.
Wish I would have seen it in theaters. But I still recommend seeing it, guys. If you didn't see it,
It's
the
so
movie it
good.
was good. Yeah.
So good. Especially compared to a lot of movies. I always love like being like, okay, Godzilla minus one was what, 20 million-ish. And how many other movies and shows you're like, I could have made 10 Godzilla minus ones. That's how I
Oh,
feel
seriously
about
though,
Acolyte.
seriously though, they
9
made
Godzilla minus
Episode
ones.
3 cost like 50% more than Godzilla minus one.
that's what I was doing. I was literally just sitting here listening to you guys, but I also had it up my phone because I'm like, wait. Sorry.
when you
Godzilla
think
minus one
about-
eye coming in 2020.
When you think about what was in episode 3, it was basically 3 or 4 sets and just a load of women. Like you could have filmed that easily for $500,000. I would have thought you could have made that entire episode. I don't even even at any extortionate prices for actors and cameras and everything. I don't know why you'd even ever need to spend more than that for 40 minutes of 3 sets.
I don't understand that. Waste of money. Clearly Asians didn't work on this project because they'd be like, no, over budget.
Well, women do have the most credit card debt, so you can understand them.
Whoopsies.
It's like, yes, actually, I think we do need that.
Oh God.
I do
Stop
think a lot of it
spending
comes down
money.
to you get a budget, so they spend the budget, and it's not their money; they didn't earn it, so they don't care about it. So,
And it just makes no sense to me because if you look at the product, like say Acolyte, and you're like, that doesn't look like say it's 8 episodes, I don't know, 20 million, $30 million per episode. That's insane to spend that much money on a project.
yeah, but think about it like from the budgetary perspective of, say you've got 20 million to make a series. Like, well, okay, I'll pay myself 200 grand. if you've got 180 million for budget, well, now you can be like, I'll pay myself 20 million. And that instantly, the entire budget for the first thing has gone because it's just your wages. And so if you have a massive budget, everyone wants to get paid more. Everyone wants their cut of it. The executives, the producers, all the actors. I'm on a big major budget thing. Of course I can get paid more. You can afford it. And it just vanishes.
I want that money. Maybe I should go work for Disney.
There you go.
Then I
Yeah,
can
then you
wrap
can employ
credit
Mark.
card debt.
It's like she literally employed her wife, who, as it turns out, can't act at all.
Oh, she's horrid. Oh my god.
I like the fact that everyone was calling her stoic. It's like, no, she just can't act. That's not
Bitchy.
stoicism.
Bitchy.
Before we hop over to Disparu's favorite topic, Doctor Who, we get a couple more of these super chats, guys. Thanks for being patient with us. You know how it goes. So this is the episode 32. You know how it works here. We get sidetracked a lot. Licking bacon or something like that for $2. We don't want to change lesbians. We just want to watch.
Wow.
Thank you for the 2. M8 with another 2. Thank you. Make Saturdays saucy again. All right. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, it's got quiet.
Yeah, I'm
She
trying.
was like, oh,
Disparu called us out.
for not
We
drinking.
didn't drink as much.
Yeah.
And
I know.
yeah.
I do it more so because I don't want to have like the sugar and stuff late, but it's usually on Saturdays I'll have at least one glass. A glass
it's
of
for
wine.
you guys.
It's for you guys.
Give us drinking
I'm doing this for
funds.
you.
And possibly a gym membership fund.
yeah, maybe. Ride the guy for $5. They lost me when the deep started getting busy with an octopus. I just thought, well, I'm done.
That was really weird. Okay.
That was very weird.
Like, I understood that he had a relationship with like dolphins sometimes. Okay, well, but then when he chose his octopus thing over his wife and was like flirting with it, I was like, this is getting like too awful comical now.
Frenchie's gay now too.
I heard that.
I just like that you've gone, well, a dolphin, fine, but an octopus, that's too far.
I draw
I'm like,
the
that's
line
a
at
really
the
weird place for a line.
I don't know, because like dolphins,
Because he's like
have,
a fish, and he's kind of
has
he's like part fish, whatever.
It's
mental
like-
capacities that are
No
smarter
legs.
than
Okay.
others.
I don't have a problem if you've got too few legs, but if you've got 8, that's going too far.
Oh my god. Yeah. Okay. Now that you say that, maybe that sounds weird, but I'm going with it. But I don't care.
Yeah,
Also,
he's buying it, but they're leaning pretty heavily towards
Like, he has never shown any inclination towards men. Like, he had his girlfriend, the one that he was like kind of living
Mark's
with.
on Xray side.
And then the Asian girl, which she's so cute, and I thought this was like his almost redemption arc. Like, let's go for someone innocent and be kind to her, and then maybe get with her, and it would be beautiful. But then it's like, okay, so what was he doing? What is their relationship?
Well, so she says like he's like sneaking off and like kissing this dude, and they have a conversation where she's like, if he makes you happy, be with him, because me and you are not going to happen. I love you, but you and me are never going to happen. She says that to him. Okay, I thought they were. I'm like, I'm dumb because I thought they were like together. But, okay.
But like, the art of the almost relationship is way better than getting in any relationship. You want to cheer for them. How many times there's like Ross and Rachel before they actually got together? You're like, oh, I
that
want
was a
them
huge
together.
thing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
This
and
one's
the
for you,
reason-
Disparu.
The reason that works in male stories as well is because I've seen that in loads of shows, but it also means that you can do the, oh, well, they won't, oh, no, and you just get on to the actual thing that the men care about. Whereas the moment you start getting into a romantic thing, well, now we've got to have deep emotional conversations and stuff, and they're going to have to fall out, and everyone's crying all the time. And it's just, it
That's a
ruins
good
the
point,
entire
Nick.
show.
Yeah, that's what
So
I
if they
mean
keep
too.
it,
Like,
will they, won't they? Allows it for everyone.
Yeah.
Golden nuggets for £5. Disparu, can someone tell me what the point of Rose in Unit was?
Who?
Well, that was because they wanted it back on the screen because it's another chat box. That's the only thing I can think. He has said he will have Rose back as many times as he physically can, and the only reason he can't is because they're such a massive star. They're so booked up all the time. but he's specifically gone, no, I think they're amazing. They're an incredible actress. So it's a personal Davis thing from the sounds of it. In the
Thank you for
interviews.
the 5.
Story-wise,
Roto
nothing.
Commish. Nothing. It adds nothing story-wise.
Well, no. The character is just some random bint in a house, and then they get employed by this supernatural designed to save the world from alien spaceship stuff. Also, we're employing everyone's mums all of a sudden. It's like these people have no skills. They're all jobless scroungers, and now they're being employed to save the world just because they happen to have met the Doctor for a bit once. Doesn't make any sense.
Weird. Roto Commish has been a member for 10 months. Thank you, Roto. Now that The Boys is ending, I won't be surprised if Supernatural will reboot. Same creator. They had
They've been
15
talking about it.
seasons.
No, they've been
Right?
talking about it. The
15?
gang got together. There was all 3 of them. They said we would do it again if someone asked.
Jesus the Villa, thank you for gifting a membership. We haven't done one of these like most of the stream.
Saucy.
You get a Saucy.
Saucy.
Power Keg Greg, thank you for the 5. The little scenes of The Acolyte I've seen on X are so bad. What a terrible cult chant, by the way. The power of one hot pile of garbage. Yeah.
Out of tune.
Just really like
That's what
that
got me, though. Like, at least get them to sing in, like, harmony together.
Oh, what do you expect? They don't know what they're doing.
$180
Thomas has been a
million,
member for
you can employ singers.
They could. They could also employ better writers, but you know, here we are. Thomas M has been a member for 3 months. Mackinac, pronounced Mackinac. Oh, pronounced Mackinac, is an island in Michigan. It's actually a nice place to
Stupid
visit.
English.
You
Why
just
do you
typoed
put a
it.
C when it's a W?
Yeah. That is a typo. That's not.
Oh,
It's the
here.
pronunciation. It's a
Thank
mistake.
you for another 1999. Sergeant Curtis says, sorry, spell check got me. Xray, Mackinac is an island in Michigan that is a great place to visit. A couple weeks ago, I mentioned it to Xray Girl. She said she was going to check it out because it's a place to do a show.
I am so sorry, Sergeant Curtis Schultz, that I did not.
And also, Mark comment on that too. Thank you for the 10, Mark. I went to law school in Michigan. The Mackinac Island, I believe he's referencing, is part of Michigan and in the lake between Canada and the U.S. It's a quaint community with no cars on the island.
That sounds cute. Okay,
Is that
I
why
have it
everybody wants
here.
X-ray to go there? Because there's no cars.
Yeah, so I can't
You just can't
drive
escape,
people
actually.
off the road. I see how it is. Okay.
Thank you guys for clearing that up. That sounds interesting. I have to look that up.
It must be a
Vimaran for
tiny
5.
island if there's no transport.
Probably.
Super
Well, you know
tiny.
what? There's like this community. I think it's in Arizona where you can't drive. There's no cars. You just like scooter everywhere. I think there might be buses. And I'm like, that's like kind of cool. But then like, what if like the apocalypse happens and you're trying to escape? I want my car. Okay. I need my car. If you
I
like
that in the
Godzilla,
apocalypse, you think you're gonna have petrol.
it's true.
or
I,
gas.
that's just like a super extreme example. I just need a vehicle. If you like Godzilla -1, you gotta watch Shin Godzilla. Also, this is why you should not watch dubs, but OG language with subtitles. Thank you for
Agreed.
the 5. I really wish I would have saw this in theaters. I'm sure I'll get my hands on the original copy and I will watch it again because it was wonderful.
4K
What?
Blu-ray. Why aren't you out yet?
I know, right? Jason Webster for 5. Thank you. Godzilla -1 earned 115 million USD against a production budget of 10 million, 11 times its production budget. Yeah.
Well, this is the thing. Like, Mission Impossible could have been a massive success, but they spent too much on the budget, and that's all these movies are. They think if we spend more, we'll get more people. That's not how it works.
No, you have to be inventive and you have to be different and tell a good story. And none of that has been happening.
Well, it
Just-
might be a time that actors realize their pay needs to get cut. Maybe getting 20 million for a movie is unsustainable. Maybe it always was.
That's true. I wish I had this clip. I don't. So we're talking about Godzilla. It was a clip of the old Godzilla where he's got his little what's his son of Godzilla? Is that the name of his kid? They have him, and he gets like bonked in the head with like this ball. And it's so freaking funny watching the old stuff the way it was filmed. Anyways, the tech crisis for 5. Thank you. I'm behind on the stream, but quick question: what are your best classy insults, such as "bless your heart" down here? Best,
Like in Canada?
all of us, I guess. What
I've got a
best
few.
class? Disparu's like, I
mean,
don't even think
I
about
believe
it.
British people have a lot of versions of
Well-
"Bless Your Heart."
Probably.
Well, one of my favorite ones is just I wake up every day glad I'm not you. I think that's an amazing one.
That's a good one.
But there was the royal
uh,
family did one where when Harry and Meghan were lying, they came out and wrote a letter, and it was just sort of like recollections may vary, which is just calling her a lying whore, but in the most polite way possible.
One that I saw, kind of, and I don't like. I think it depends on the context. Is like, I'll be praying for you, and I'm like,
kind of, but that could be taken like you could actually mean that you could mean well by that, but you could also
It
take
also
it
depends on who it's from.
who it's from. Like I don't know if this would count, but like if you say like, oh, that's cute, can't relate. Like if someone says something that you just like totally disagree with, like that's cute, but you're like you're not
my
like
nan
that.
used to do
Can't relate. I don't know if
my
that's
nan used-
considered classy, but polite, I guess. Kind of. I mean, it's sassy for sure. I know Disparu has a lot of sassy responses.
Very sassy.
Well, my nan used to do poison sandwiches, so she'd be
Excuse me?
like, "Oh,
What?
I really love that dress. It distracts from all the weight you've put on recently, and it brings out your eyes." And so you're like, "Oh, compliment, insult."
I
"Oh,
see
there's a
what you're
compliment."
saying. I see
Yeah.
what you're saying.
So
I
by
thought
the
she actually
time-
poisoned sandwiches.
Yeah, you need Jesus.
By the
That's
time
another
you've
good one.
realized you've been insulted because you got complimented first, she's already
Thank you, Jack
complimented you
Christ.
again, and you come across as the arsehole if you come back at her because she's just said your eyes are great. And it's like, what are you supposed to say?
Oh my god,
That's
that's
funny.
beautiful. Okay, yes,
That's great.
yes, a compliment sandwich. See, that's what I call it. He calls it a poison sandwich.
Yeah,
Poison
the poison's in the
sandwich, that sounds
middle.
Brian Ross for 2. Thank you. Disparu, which type of what is that word?
McVitie's.
Viddies?
McVitie's? Okay.
The chocolate digestives are the best ones. Not
Oh,
the
is that a
dark
British
ones.
thing?
Cookie?
They're
I
biscuits.
love cookies.
Oh, I wonder if
Biscuits.
they have. I think they might. You know what we should do? I'm gonna see. For our trip, we'll get like a couple of British snacks to eat together. There's some stuff like in the international
Ooh,
aisle
I'd be
at
down.
the store.
British
Not a lot,
snacks,
but
British snacks. British snacks.
she's excited. She's like, I want a snack now. Ian, thank you for the 50. Disparu goes on a rant. Wicked not following, but trying to end it. Yeah, that's weird.
Well, it's like when you talk to Mike. and he
Actually
just goes,
froze. That's a great
Oh.
for you. She looks hot.
Looks like she's just been jump scared.
I know. Xray gone wild. Like she looks like she just did a hair flip. I think she might bounce out and bounce back in a second.
But it's like when Mike goes, "Yeah, that's funny." I'm like, "You do realize that comes across as sarcastic, right?" He's like, "No, I mean it seriously." It's like, you could just laugh.
I didn't know anybody caught that. Like when it's like a rant of something I didn't watch, that's definitely when I'm just like, that's weird. I don't know. I didn't watch it, so I don't know. Dave Chandler for 50. Thank you so much. Let me through. Let me through. Am I late? What I miss? I see Wokalite in the title, and we're talking Godzilla. Evening, ladies. What's up, Disparu? Yeah, you
Yes.
didn't miss. I mean, you missed all of that. That was a great.
Well, exactly. Yeah, the Acolyte, the boys, Godzilla.
Yeah, we talked about all of it, but we didn't do Doctor Who yet. She'll be back, but that was like a hot hair flip freeze for her. She will be back. Well, we might as well pop up. She's trapped inside YouTube.
She's gone into the YouTube version of Tron.
What's this? Are you talking about the Acolyte? Looper channel is calling people that hated this racist bigots. Oh, they
Oh.
can't come with any. How original, Looper. You're so stunning and brave. I don't know. We are review bombing. We are no longer allowed to give honest reviews, especially if it's negative, as we will be named and shamed. Oh yeah, it's been like that forever. They can't even think of any new disses. Like, come, racist and bigot is so 2022. Get some new material, guy. But they can't write anything, and so of course their fans don't know what good writing is either, so they can't come with a good diss. I don't know.
I look forward to their
Neither
breakdown of
can
the
I.
singing scenes about how amazing it is. Like the deep connotations that has to Star Wars lore. That's what I want to see. Tell me how great an actress Leslie Headland's wife
She's
is,
back.
with a straight face.
I
That
don't know.
was a really nice freeze. If you were gonna freeze, that was perfect. It was like
I wish it was
your hair.
I don't know why you'd be pulling that expression in the first place.
thinking about Acolyte.
Yeah.
True. Yeah, just repulsion.
um. Oh, here we go. We got another 50 from Ian. Thank you. My favorite British Drag Race term is they're no better than they should be.
That's why you're my favorite Clut. Aw.
Aw. Thank you. I
Aw.
haven't been doing clips. You guys got to remind me. I forget sometimes. I just get so excited to hang out with everybody. I
There was
Don't
one I
forget to
read
do
the other
clips.
day,
Thanks.
and I think he said this person showcases exemplary incompetence. It's kind of a nice one.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Mm-hmm.
It's very pleasant.
Like
That's a nice poison sandwich. Delicious.
slap you with a diss, but
Like you
also
are
a
the best
compliment.
idiot I've ever met.
Aw.
All right. Well, I feel like it's time to let Disparu go on his rant because
What
I didn't watch
rant?
this. I don't know.
Oh no!
Oh,
This
this
has been
is
staring
the,
at me for 2 hours. I've been sitting here doing work with this article up, and I'm like,
Harry.
Yeah,
that
they
looks
there's been a
Yeah.
lot. There's been a lot of fourth wall breaking in this season. They always stare at the camera. It's weird. People thought it had story connotations. They did it that often. There was a theory going around at one point that after they made the second TARDIS, they went into one which was kind of created to be like a fantasy world, and they were in like a game show or something, and all these things were hinting that actually they weren't in a real world because they kept breaking the fourth wall and things. Turns out, no, Russell T Davies just can't write. But this comes from the Radio Times interview they did, where they said, you know, are you proud of it and stuff? He said, yeah, I'm really proud of it. They're not the ratings we'd love. We always want higher, but they're building up over 28 days. It's like, hang on. So nobody's watching your stuff. You've got really low ratings, but as the month goes on, if we give it 5 years, maybe we'll get to some decent kind of numbers. Like Space Baby's already up to 5.6 million. But really, I was brought back in to get a younger audience, which is weird for Russell T Davies. And that's been massively successful. The audience no one ever gets to the under 30s because they don't watch television anymore. But those figures are astronomical for Doctor Who. It's their top program in the bracket. We never thought it was possible. And the BBC are running around like mad things. We've reached every target and exceeded it. It's just like, how low are your targets? If you go, our ratings are crap, but we've met our targets, it just means you set really low targets. And
how
I
many
was thinking,
episodes? No, I'm sorry. Go ahead, finish. I'll ask
8.
that question after. Okay, thanks.
I was thinking what the Doctor has done in this series, and the only person he has saved throughout all the episodes so far is a literal snot monster that wanted to eat the babies. That's the only life he's saved.
That's
Every
weird.
other
I'm just
life,
kidding.
including him, he's either got them killed or somebody else has sacrificed themselves to save them. He's done nothing the entire
horrible
series.
Doctor. The doctor isn't supposed to put people in that situation, especially like all the time. Maybe accidentally.
Oh no, in this series, he knowingly gets a man killed.
That's not the
And-
doctor.
The blonde woman in unit, she's like, no, you can't do that. You can't do that, Doctor. And he's like, no, you need to go over there and look. And then the guy dies, obviously. And she comes over and like glares at him as if, I told you. And they essentially discover something around the TARDIS. And he's off somewhere else. And they're like, no, we're in unit. We're all deadly. We've essentially discovered a new god. And he's like, I think I should just stay here. What? So he, at one point, he collapses. He goes on the ground. I'm not sure whether he actually cries or he's about to cry. And this woman walks over, one of the older companions from the previous seasons. And she goes, essentially, you can't cry now. You need to man up and fix this. And he's like, oh, thanks. No, I've been nagged by this woman and insulted. I can go and do my job. And I don't know if you've seen the description of the final episode, is the Doctor has
No.
been entirely defeated and now Rose is the key to everything. And you're like...
So what I'm hearing is, as soon as the doctor turns black, he doesn't care about people.
Oh, no, yeah, they
Dang. I
have,
mean, yeah.
they've really made him look awful in this. Throughout the
Like,
entire
that's
season.
bad.
In the previous episode, he got Ruby killed, essentially. She was about to die. The only reason she survived is because another man got himself wiped out to save her. And the reason Ruby was in that situation in the first place is because the Doctor was too busy trying to get laid. And so he had other things on his mind.
No.
No, it's literally what happened. He's off trying to get with this man over here, And he knows this is happening, that in the other house, aliens are killing people. But he's too, and he
But he
doesn't
wants
care.
to get laid.
Yes,
Wow.
he's constantly and aggressively coming on to this other bloke in the TARDIS, showing off to him all this kind of stuff, flirting with him. Meanwhile, Ruby is trapped in a house with aliens that are killing people, and the Doctor knows. There's even an ADR line, it's said off screen, because I think they realized how bad it was, where he suddenly goes, "We should probably get back to that house now and save everybody." It's like, yeah, but you hadn't thought about that before all the time you're coming on to him. It was horrific. This entire show has done nothing but humiliate Cutie Gatwa, and I don't think he even knows.
Well, it's probably like very I don't know, but like it just makes me so sad because thinking back to like how the Doctor was with Rose, like both versions of the Doctor, and they never went past that line, and that ending episode where Rose and the Doctor like depart, and you're like, oh my god, it's so tragic. And now he's like some horny gay man who can't control himself and hurts other people in order to satisfy his urges. Like that's not real. Like what?
If you guys have already explained this to me, sorry. The Doctor changes, but is it the same? Like the
Entirely
face
different.
changes.
Iterations.
Everything.
It's different.
The
So
personality
everything's
changes.
different.
Yes.
Okay, so it's not like some kind of like spirit or something going into just a different
Well,
face. It's a completely
He
different.
has all his old memories and stuff, so he has all
Okay.
of his experiences and things. But his personality can like temperament and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
know that.
But
Thank
I
you.
think that at least okay. So I've only had like Tennant and Eccleston, so I might be a little biased here. But the heart of the Doctor is still quite the same. It's like go on adventures,
Yes.
experience adventures through your companion. And now it just sounds like this Doctor is just a horny, can't keep it in his pants type of dude.
What I think they play off is the whole nature nurture kind of debate of there's probably is like some kind of soul in this world where that's the fixed element of what he wants to do, but how he'll do it, whether he is like fun and laughy or like depressed or upset or whatever, the natural temperaments of people probably changes. So in this, they could have got away with, well, he just breakdowns and cries all the time. That would have fit in with the lore. It's just not something the Doctor should be, because it would make him awful. It would make him fail. It would make him weak. And it has. He does just fail all the time. And I don't think that's what they're going for. You'd expect with Cutie Gatwa, they would have, lifted him up, made him look good. But this seems to be what they think looks good. Just being emotional, breaking down and crying, and having women tie you off.
Wow, I'm glad I'm not watching. I'd be so mad.
You're not
Well,
gonna watch this one, probably, are you, Xray? During your
I
Doctor Who
won't.
watches.
I mean,
You-
Jodie is
I feel
already
like-
bad enough. Like, bad enough. This is just like over the top bad.
If I
This is
decide
the
I
new
wanna-
Doctor.
If I decide I want to watch even one season, what season? I want to see if you guys say the same season. 3, 2, 1.
I'd
New
watch
Who
Tennant's.
season 1, at least. I think it's not a bad place to start. At least it's New Who.
Well,
But
well, this is but it's like if you want to watch one season, I would prefer.
Ooh,
If anything,
which
I would.
one?
I wouldn't go off one season though. I'd go off one Doctor. So
Okay,
I'd
yeah,
watch,
that's what I
Okay,
mean,
all
which
of
one
Tennant.
Doctor?
Doctor,
All of
then I
Tennant.
agree. It's Tennant.
Because
I
like
I
they're
haven't
like
finished his
8
run yet.
episode seasons and stuff, or 12 and 13. So watching a Doctor is almost like a normal series of an American series, like 22 episodes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh God. It sucks because I do think Eccleston was snubbed, and I really wish that he had at least like 1 or 2 more seasons.
Well, that turns out to be
3, 2, 1.
his.
Silence.
That turns out to be his. Yeah, because it's a question you can't really answer, because
Oh,
all the other Doctors had
I should have said
ongoing
which
stories
Doctor.
and ongoing arcs. So like
Mhm.
if you came in midway
Mhm.
through Tennant, you've missed his development, because the Doctor's even developed.
Mm.
So
Yeah,
Eccleston
and I
comes back
haven't
and
finished
he's
Tennant.
watched. Yeah, Eccleston has just watched his entire species get wiped out in a war. So he's very dark. He's very like, if you piss
Mhm.
me off, I will wipe out your entire species. Then sort of Tennant is more like, I'm getting over that. Rose is kind of helping me level out again, and he has a romance with her. Then he has to recover from that. Then he goes on his kind of fun arc. And I think if you don't start at Eccleston, you kind of miss all of that.
Mhm.
Okay.
But I would say start with New Who season 1 if you're willing to watch a lot of episodes, because you'll enjoy it, I think.
Okay. I'll think about it.
That's a no.
Yeah.
So I find
It
it,
just-
well, at some point, I feel like Ian,
It just
stop
makes me
picking on
sad knowing where it ends because it's as good as it is, and then maybe I'm almost getting to where the peak is because I haven't made it to Matt Smith, but like
People really
the
liked his season, right? Matt Smith?
who?
Matt
I haven't
Smith?
gotten
Sorry
there.
to cut you off. I'm just saying people really liked that, though, I feel like.
I think
A
so,
lot of
but
people like Matt Smith.
Okay.
I see
Sorry for
people
cutting you off.
between Tennant and Matt Smith in terms of like their favorite doctor. I
Okay,
want to love both because I love Matt Smith. I saw him in House of the Dragon. I saw him in The Crown, and like he's a great actor. Very underrated. And he's
yeah,
not,
I've
like,
only seen him in House of Dragons, and let me tell you, he does a good job. Wonderful.
The
10
Crown
out of 10
does a good job,
performance.
That's
Oh,
good.
yeah.
I just love this. Now I can't input much on Doctor Who because I haven't ever watched it, but I love how, just as I've been stating all along, Doctor Who showrunner Russell T Davies now admits the ratings aren't at all good, which is why I asked how many episodes there are. So it took him 8 episodes to be like, you know what? People aren't liking this. It took him that long
Well, no, because this is the thing.
to admit it.
His quote
anyways.
is, "Well, the ratings aren't what they hoped,
Oh yeah,
but
he
they're
was
improving over
this.
28 days, and they're getting the kid demographic, which is what we wanted, because that's what all our messaging is aimed at. And for that, we've hit all our targets. The BBC are running around like mad things. They absolutely love everything. So while he went, yeah, the ratings are a bit low, he then went on to a load of things that you can't confirm to talk about how amazing it all was. So he kind of did both.
Oh, hold on, wait. I was just reading something. Sorry, I wanted you guys to comment on this. Tennant seasons are more fun than Smith's. Well, you
Yeah,
didn't see that
I'm
one
not a-
yet, Xray, so you
I
can't.
wasn't a Smith fan.
No.
No,
So
for
you
me-
agree with that? Then you think Tennant seasons were better?
Oh, Tennant's my favorite Doctor. I do think that could have changed if what's his face? I can't remember him. The guy from The Thick of It. If he'd had better scripts, he probably would, because I think he's the best actor. I think he would have made the best Doctor.
Who? Matt Smith?
No, I think it's the one after him.
Oh, okay.
I just
Capaldi?
can't. Capaldi, yeah. I think he's the best actor. I think he would have been the best Doctor if he'd had the right scripts. But by then, it was already falling apart. So we kind of got screwed a bit.
But he's not as cute. So
The
whatever.
girls need
Okay.
it's for the girls.
I need
the
someone
cuteness.
to look good on my screen.
Well,
Whatever.
It was meant for a family show. The Doctor was never meant to be hot.
It's true. Fine. I'll just watch Torchwood. It's fine.
Smith has the absolute best companions. Would you agree with that, Disparu, or no?
No.
No.
I
Your
was not
favorite
a
is
fan of
Rose?
Pond. I was not a fan of Rory. Rose is my favorite companion.
And whose companion was she?
My second is Martha.
Tennant.
I think
Oh, I
both
love
of those
Martha.
I think both of those are Tennant.
Martha's so,
Okay.
like she's so great, and the
I'm
fact
just
that
trying
she
to
got
keep
such
up
a
here.
short season, and I can't wait to see her in Torchwood, whatever that capacity is. But like, just knowing how she and it sounds so woke to say this was like she had an arc of being like the second to the first, and then having the arc being like, yeah, I don't need you, but it worked for her character.
That
Well,
can
yeah,
work
and
if
what
it's
people
done
forget-
properly, not when it's shoved down your throat and there's no. We've already done this dance, but there's no build up and it's just like, hey, she's just great out of nowhere with no backstory. That's boring.
The thing was as well, that arc wasn't for her. It was for him. So, like, he'd just essentially gone through the love of his life and had to sacrifice her to save the world. And so it was more about his recovery and what it's like to be somebody like him with somebody like that after you. It was meant to make you feel sorry for him. And you could understand why she fell for him, but that was like, you would expect most of the companions to fall for him. He's essentially this guy who will whisk you off all around the world, show you literally everything. He can do everything. He's smart. He's got status. Everyone loves him. He literally goes around the world saving people. You're not going to find a higher status person.
Have most companions fallen in love besides
No, but most of the Doctors haven't looked like David Tennant.
Oh.
This is
Hold
the point.
on.
It's like
Yup.
the 1-2 combo.
Yup.
Like before, they were all essentially like middle-aged blokes and stuff. So you could understand them being like, I just don't see you that way. But if they were even like average kind of way, if you were anywhere in the ballpark of maybe they could, I think just being the Doctor would push them over.
I wonder what
yeah.
they think of this. Have any of the previous Doctors, like the actors, come out? Like they're probably not going to. said anything
Well,
about this season, you think?
Tennant has been in the newer season, and I think he's kind of on the side of not entertainment.
Yeah, there's been a lot of comments in the behind the scenes and stuff, and comments from the interviews when Russell T Davies said he was going back and things, of a load of people being like, I'm amazed you went back. You always said you would never go back. When Moffat said he sent it to, I think it was Matt Smith, and Matt was like, I always knew you'd go back, but he only went back for one. I think a lot of them want to leave it behind. It seems to be the impression that the interviews were giving. Because even Davis said he got like not misled as such, but he was going to do the Christmas specials or something. Well, this is what I heard on another stream anyway. I've not looked into it. They said he was going to do the specials, and then they were like, meet Disney, and he thought Disney were going to pay for the specials, and then it turned out that no, we were making you pitch extra seasons because we needed you as a big name and a big hitter to get them to do the seasons. So he kind of walked into a room he didn't know what the meeting was for.
Oh, did Tennant go woke?
Oh,
It
Tennant
seems
came
that
back
way.
for 3 and just got hit in the face and hammered. He literally had the 2 women in front of him going, a man doesn't know how to release his power, but if you were a woman, you would. A male presenting Time Lord would never understand, but as women, we can. We can just give up the power.
Wow. Gross. Gross. I didn't
Well,
watch it.
they forgot when Rose had all the power of the TARDIS inside her, and she couldn't give it up. No, the Doctor had to take that on and die for it. Like, they even forget their own lore.
Because they didn't watch it. A lot of these shows are like that with
Well,
a
this
lot
was
of the new
written by
writers.
Davis. Davis wrote that as well.
Oh, okay. No excuse then. I have no idea. Well, you suck.
Sorry, not you, Andrew. As soon as I popped that up, you suck.
Sorry.
Thank you for the 5 pounds. I want to leave. I will Minecraft you sets fire to stone and door locks on the outside. Is that Acolyte stuff?
That's the
Yeah.
Acolyte. Yeah, that's the way the episode goes. She wants to leave and go with the Jedi.
I said
And
Minecraft.
she's like, I don't
thought it
want
was-
you to. It's
I'll
like, well,
Minecraft you.
Yeah, I
Stupid.
want to go with the Jedi. I don't want you to. You can't stop me. I'll kill you. It's like, surely it's far better she leaves and is alive so she can come back and visit you. It makes no sense.
That's. I'm so glad I'm not watching it. Ian
Lame.
says Tennant is super woke. Shame because he used to be sound. Oh, really?
Mhm.
That sucks.
It's one of those things where you're like,
That's weird.
You-
I'm gonna
you-
say that
well,
all the
no,
time now.
you see it with a few people, and you only have to look at like his children and stuff now to see it. And you wonder how much was him and how much did he change after he got married and stuff. 'Cause
That happens.
Simp.
he's married to the daughter of, is it Davis's daughter? No, it can't be Davis's daughter.
I know
With the
idea.
daughter of somebody on the show.
Ah. Dave Chandler, thank you for the 5. I'm so glad I never got a Doctor Who. These weirdos have ruined so much already. It would just be one more painful demolition of a series to watch. Yeah, I hear that. I tried a long time ago, like years ago. I tried to get into Doctor Who, but I started with like the actual very first like old episode, and I probably should have went with a more recent, like probably whatever season was
Moffat.
airing at that time. Well. Jason Webster, thank you for the Australian 10. Many years ago, I had a legendary late night. I got up late for an engagement, made it to the car looking like a Zack Snyder slow-mo. I fell asleep at the wheel, reversed into my garage door. Oh, Jason.
I mean,
goodness.
hey, reversing into your garage door is a lot better than driving forwards in that situation.
Look at
It's
Disparu
true.
looking on the bright side of things. I didn't
Well,
think
hey, it
this
is.
was gonna
Like,
happen.
that could have gone horribly wrong. I thought he was going to say I fell asleep at the wheel as I was driving. I didn't know he was already in the in the
There you
drawing.
go, Disparu.
Disparu. Okay, if you're a part of the Disparu simp army, put a 1 in the chat.
That was the
Wanna
most
see this.
horrific thing that came out of the Acolyte. The name, the Yord Horde. Like,
Your
seriously. Have you seen what they've been doing with him? They've been making
No, I
thirst
haven't watched
videos.
it. Ew.
That's
Wait, is that the
Look,
guy
Star
that had
Wars-
the
Yeah,
that
the
did
topless scene.
laundry?
Yeah, Star Wars keeps posting him pictures of him. and
Jedis do
videos of
laundry
him
too.
Steaming.
my God, when
things.
he was steaming a shirt, I'm like, what does this matter to the story that you need to be doing this?
They're trying
Oh,
to appeal
well.
to the women because we steam shirts.
Have you read the Thirst article? That first article is amazing.
Okay, we should read this. I kind of want to read this now.
Pop it up.
I'll have to try and find
Look
it.
at this.
I think it was
We got a
Kelly
lot
Wiggle.
of
ones.
Simps in the chat right now. I'm just saying.
Yeah, we're
A
taking
lot of
names.
Sims.
Ones.
He's like, this is the list. You will be ejected.
Guys, you know what it is? It's the power of one. Anyways.
It's the power of the snowman. That would be many.
Oh, here you go,
We got the
Disparu.
power of many in one.
Thank you for the poison sandwich towards me and Xray.
Love you guys.
Love you. I guess steaming shirts is women's work. It is totally.
Yes, obviously.
Obviously. Justin Martins for 5. He's gay and black, Disparu. The perfect victim. Why would he save anyone? He's the one who needs to be saved. Get it right, man.
Well, this is the thing, though. Now, in this latest episode, they literally had women around him that were only there to shame him, to put him down, to judge him for being crap. That's not happened in any other episode. So they're going down the same path as before. And the summary of the finale episode says that Ruby's going to do everything. So it doesn't sound like he's going to do anything then either. And it specifically said the Doctor has lost. So he gets defeated.
Yeah, that's weird. We did show the article last week, but actually it wasn't here. The thirst article. You got it?
Oh yeah, this is the one. The Acolyte shirtless scene tells us everything we need to know about Yord. This is basically Kendall Myers, who is a woman, obviously. Desperately trying to do I just watched his topless scene on reruns for the last 9 hours for the articles.
It wasn't
That's
even
what
that
this is.
good though. Like there are
Well,
more gratifying topless scenes out there.
Reveals his eagerness to prove himself as a Jedi, highlights his determination and pride in his Jedi status, as well as his physical appearance.
Instead? Fatawan should have been topless. Virtue signal that.
Get Amanda's out.
I love that name.
Why not? Like, we might as well. We need to see Amanda's characters. That's what we need to see.
Yeah. Like, why are we subjecting the chiseled person to be topless?
Well, this is the thing. I thought we were pulling in the lesbian audience. That's what I thought we were aiming for. So obviously,
I don't know, but you
what's
watched
he
the
gonna
show
do?
Disparu.
Well, exactly. There we go. Though his shirt scene seems initially pointless, he's actually preparing it. This ordinary action reveals Yord's priorities, giving the audience a clear view of the character.
Wait. So what I'm hearing from this article is Yord is a homemaker, not a Jedi.
Well,
that's his action.
It is like, this is how much he cares about the Jedi. He's trying to prove himself by getting his pecs out.
And ironing a shirt?
It's easy to write this off as an attempt to get fans talking about the character. Oh, this is the bit where he said, Charlie Bennett said he didn't even want to do the scene. He dreaded it, questioned necessity, but Leslie Headland made him.
Oh my God, the lesbian made a man take his shirt off. That's actually sexist, and she should not. She should
the same thing happened in Thor. In Thor, he didn't want to do the nude scene, but the director made him do it. This is the new way of doing it in Hollywood.
Women can say, I don't want to do a topless scene, but men can't.
Yes.
Equality.
Well, that's Hollywood now. Yeah, but what you've done is you swapped one group for another group. So the same thing starts happening. It just happens to other people.
And I hate that mentality where it's like, get even.
Well,
Like,
it's
that's
not
not
get
fair.
even. You've just put new perverts in charge.
But I
the
feel like they
subtext-
think it's getting even, though.
It's natural behavior for them. The subtext of the scene does not objectify Sword. No, it's about his character. He wants to dress to impress. Most Jedi wouldn't have done this, but his brief shirtless scene is revealing in more than one sense of the word, shows his priorities. Telling us more about him than the scene would have done if it was set up differently. That is cope. All of that is cope.
We haven't talked about Sweeney in a long time.
Sweeney probably would.
I mean, she was topless for like a lot of Euphoria, right?
God,
Yeah.
that gif that I've seen of her. You know what I'm talking about. Everyone knows what I'm talking about.
She does the Tomb Raider
she
turnaround.
she did the okay girl without saying it. Okay girl.
Hopefully got paid well.
Probably. Well, I don't know though, because a lot of these young, actors, and that was kind of her first. I know she did other roles but that was definitely her first big role.
Yeah, but they tend to get paid basically, well, still a lot by normal people's
a
standards.
lot, yeah,
for the first season. But then each season afterwards, if you get on a hit, you may get paid badly for the first one, but the second one you get paid well. The third one you get paid really well.
yeah, she's probably. I feel like she's probably not gonna do like nude stuff anymore because she did that in
Oh, I think she
Euphoria.
will.
You think she will? Well, if she's paid
Yeah.
enough, probably money talks. So I'm sure she will in a movie. Because I
Well,
thought she
it's
said
like you
something
had,
about not one. I don't know if this is true, but I'm pretty sure I read something about her like not wanting to do any more nude scenes in Euphoria. I mean, I think she did a lot.
That's
So it's like
negotiating strategy, that is. You had
I
the
could
same
totally
thing. You had
see
Wolf
chat
of
looking
Wall
at that
Street.
now.
Like, she kept getting
Yeah.
the kit off afterwards. It's what you're known for. If you suddenly like, well, I'm not going to do that. It's like, well, why would we employ you then? We can just
Yeah.
get someone that looks
Well,
just like
need
you.
the
She's
power.
not unique. She can literally be replaced tomorrow with a million other people. So,
Lady Gravemaster 4 she was. I don't know what gift you're talking about. We're not gonna pull it up. I
no,
can imagine
Lady
though.
Gravemaster retweeted it and said, if
Did
I
she? I
have to
didn't
see
see
it, so
it.
do you. And I'm like, you say that as if that was
You're
a bad thing.
welcome.
Yeah.
You're-
It's like, like,
That
cheers.
woman sometimes is like, she's so funny because I think she thinks it's like an own, but it's like, yay,
Yes.
do
Yeah.
this.
yeah.
Keep it coming.
Keep it Kevin. The boys love it. And Xray. Market reality. I'm just kidding. Thank you for the 50. So basically, they put in a gay black Doctor Who, then use the character to push a bunch of stereotypes, but we're all istophobes for thinking it's garbage. Real good writing staff.
They
Yeah.
are, yeah. It is the perfect stereotype. But David said to him, this doesn't seem weird. This is just him, how the world is. He walks out on a daily basis, and this is the bubble he lives in. And it's like, you don't realize that you're a really tiny fraction of the population, and your audience is everybody else. So writing about your world is a very bad business strategy. But he doesn't care. Why would he?
Exactly. Sneaky Singy for 10. Thank you. A bit late to the party, but yeah. Oh my God. Osha May is a soap company. Yep. I don't know why
it
I stumbled
actually?
I don't know why I stumbled on that. It's very simple. Cajun Corey for 5. Thank you, Corey. Never watched Doctor Who, but it's sad to see what happened to it. I'm gonna watch it. Until then, I'm watching Wicked's soon to be favorite new favorite, Justified. I'll get there eventually, Corey. Don't worry.
I've never heard of that.
Well, it's Corey and Herschel's Hoki's favorite like show. And they keep yelling at me to watch it.
Okay,
Dave-
cool.
Dave Chandler, thank you for the 5. Question: why is Daphne Keene in that weird alien makeup? She's a great actress, and I barely recognized her, and she seems emotionless in the show.
I think her issue
Acolyte?
is she already looks really young, and when they put her in that makeup, which even they said looks like, I can't remember his name. I think it's the singer that Gary despises all the time. She looks like a child in that makeup, and it just comes across as really bizarre.
I don't know what you're talking about. It's in Acolyte, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah,
Not
it's
Doctor
all
Who.
the orange makeup at the side. I can't remember her name.
Oh.
She said it in one of the interviews. She went to Leslie Headland and said, "I think I look like this," and she went, "Yeah, you do." Like, hang on, didn't you think you might want to change it then?
Albert Nada Retro for Canadian 5. Thank you. Since you're talking about scrappy Disney stuff, I just saw a poll here on YouTube. Which Thor movie was the best? And Love and Thunder had 65% of the vote. I didn't even see that. I didn't even bother going to see that. The last Marvel movie I seen was Guardians of the Galaxy 3. And it wasn't as good as the first one. It was better. I thought it was a little bit better than the second one though. They kind of wasted Kurt Russell on that one. They could have done
I
better.
hated the second one. Second
Yeah,
one's why I never saw the third one.
Yeah, the third one was better, I would say. It was better than the second one, but that's the last Marvel movie I seen. Unless it's Spider-Man, because I'm a big Spider-Man fan, I don't think I'll be bothering to go see any Marvel.
Well,
Unless-
the thing with that though is
I don't
the
know.
excuse people use is, well, they were made by Sony, and so yeah, but they also made Madam Web, so you can't rely on that.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah,
is it David Bowie?
Yeah,
He
she looks
doesn't like David Bowie?
Oh yeah, he doesn't like Bowie.
I
No,
like
but
David
the
Bowie.
actress in The Acolyte looks like David Bowie with her makeup.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Jeez.
No, she said that herself, and Leslie Headland agreed.
Supposed to be it fits. Supposed to be crappy, not scrappy. Sorry.
Yeah,
It's
not
okay,
Scrappy
Albert.
Doo.
It worked. It fit.
Although Scrappy
None of us
Doo did
questioned
kill
it.
Velma, so I like Scrappy.
Did he? That's cool.
She's a ghost now.
Based. Scrappy Doo was annoying in the cartoons, but he was cute.
Look, anyone that wipes out Velma is all right by me.
I like Scrappy in the live action. What was it, the second Scooby Doo with like Sarah Michelle Gellar and Freddie Prinze when he peed on Daphne? She's like, he peed on me, and he's like, it was an accident or whatever, and he's like, you were marking your territory.
It's like,
Hey.
just whispers in her ear, "I own you now."
You're mine, bitch.
That happened
like
to my
the-
dad. He
We
was
got beat on?
apparently there was like
your
a
mom?
few days of sun that we ever have in the year in the UK, and he was in the garden apparently sunbathing, and he suddenly felt like something warm on his neck.
Oh,
God,
no.
And the dog
ew.
was literally like
Your
peeing on him,
dog?
and he says, "I look down, and he's staring at me, and it's like
Oh,
he's looking me straight in the
no.
eye, and he's doing it." It's-
Oh no.
Oh my
I
god,
said
that's
something.
hilarious though.
Disgusting.
Oh, Disparu wishes. He hopes. Is
Can you
it?
imagine though? Nobody would even care by that point. This is the issue with those kind of shows. It's like if they get a season 2, by the time the second one comes around, all the kind of interest dies.
Disparu will watch it though.
Well,
Well,
I
you
did-
know
I did,
you
I
would.
did with Velma. I just want to see how Prince gets around because he was the hero. I want him to win.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, why do I still have this up? This guy, he's been staring at me.
All season, they made him the hero. He just got attacked by everybody, and he was only trying to defend himself and be the nicest bloke he can. And then in the finale, for absolutely no reason whatsoever, he suddenly goes, "I want to flood the city and wipe everyone out." Like, where did that come from? It was the only thing they could make him do that made you dislike him. They suddenly
I
went,
don't
"Oh
know.
yeah, by the way, this is his plan."
Well, this was just like a little extra thing for us to talk about before we get to the drama. We didn't get to the drama yet.
Drama alert.
This is kind of funny though, because okay, so Matt Bomber, which I didn't even know, Boomer, I didn't even know he was gay, claims he lost Superman role because he's gay. My sexuality was weaponized against me, and that was the Ray Park. What was his name? I forget his name, but that Superman came out so long ago. It's like, why is he speaking out now? You know, because it's June and he wants to tell his story. That was so long ago. Yeah, it was this one. Superman Returns was in 2006. This
Did he
article
lo-
was published. Make sure it's not. Yeah, 2024 this month. Okay. What?
Did he lose the piece when someone said you're gonna have to kiss Lois, and he goes, "Ew"?
Disgusting.
I was like, "Oh,
Ew.
no."
Okay, so he was almost a Man of Steel. The white collar star, 46, revealed that he was in the mix to play Superman on the big screen in the early 2000s, but he allegedly lost out on the role when he was outed as gay. I don't believe that. I
No.
was in a cattle call for Superman. That was not a good Superman movie anyway, so like what did you really miss out
Look,
on here?
If Hollywood fired every actor that was gay, they wouldn't have any actors. Like,
Yeah, so-
this
Yeah.
is the wrong industry to play
Exactly.
this card with.
yeah,
And this late
exactly.
in the game, like you could have done this way earlier. What is your motivation?
That's what I'm
to
saying.
release
This is
information now?
almost 20 years ago. And so come on. I was auditioning again and again and again and flying out to New York and doing chemistry reads and flying out to LA and doing chemistry reads.
Well, but he probably didn't have
Back
any
to New York,
chemistry
back to
because he was
LA.
gay.
Maybe. That's
When he went,
actually
"Oh, you're a
makes
bacterial
sense.
swamp," that's when he lost the part.
Like, okay, let's take an example. Neil Patrick Harris is gay, but he can play a straight man great. Like How I Met Your Mother.
well.
So well.
Legendary.
I love How I Met Your Mother. Me and Xray, when we hang out, we're gonna be woo girls. Woo! Because Xray, no, listen, we're
You
gonna
can
have
be
fun.
one of the
Xray
100.
didn't drink. She didn't drink the last time we hung out in person.
I know.
'Cause she was
and I'm
out. She was doing
drinking.
dry January, so I gotta
Too
watch
busy working
her.
out how
this
buffaloes
time.
have wings.
Yeah.
Buffaloes
We're gonna-
will have wings by
We're
the end
gonna
of the
fly over
term.
to the UK and pick up Disparu on a buffalo. We're gonna be like, yay!
If you wanted to explain that to me, you'd literally have to have one of those whiteboards with bits of information all over, like strings with pins all over the place, to try and explain to me how a buffalo has wings.
So, however, Boomer didn't get cast, or Bomber. You say whatever, Boomer.
It's not
Shit.
Boomer,
at
but it
this
fits.
rate.
Didn't get
Yeah.
didn't get cast as Superman and said it was because of his sexuality. Yeah, that's my understanding, he claimed on the podcast. That was a time in the industry when something like that could still really be weaponized against
No.
you. No, because I remember this is so stupid.
It's
We
'cause you
grew up in the
sucked.
90s
When was Will and
and
Grace?
It's what I'm saying. 90s. Will and Grace was a very, very popular
98,
show
yeah.
in the 90s. My
11
mom watched the
seasons.
show.
Wow.
Yeah, and it did so well. I loved it. They brought it back, and it's so stupid because they like everything added politics into it. But in the 90s, it was great. The first run of it. Growing up in the 90s and early 2000s, it wasn't weird to see gay people. To me, it wasn't like, oh my god, like because
the
it
thing
was.
The actor was straight though. That was the weird part about Will and Grace.
Oh, Will was, but not
Yeah.
Jack.
Because I saw an interview and he said every interview asked me this. It was like,
Same thing with and another one. I go into early 2000s. Modern Family to me is one of the best sitcoms,
Oh my
especially
God,
families.
he's
I
not
love
gay?
Modern Family. He's not. The one is, but one isn't. Cam
Like the
played a gay
Paisley
man so
Cups
great.
make him so gay.
It was so funny. I loved Modern Family, and Cam was one of my favorite. I actually just watched a clip that like they locked their daughter in the car, and like they're like, "Don't panic, and they call like the cops, and he's in the background screaming with like a bin to break it. He's like, "Don't break the glass!" You can hear it with the glass, and he's screaming. And the 911 operator's like, "Please tell the lady to calm down." He's like, "That's not a lady." He's like freaking out, and that's a straight guy. So fun. Like it's been in TV, so it's nothing new. This is so stupid. This is him trying to be relevant. It's June, so I think that's what it is. Like this was almost 20 years ago, and this was not a good Superman film. So maybe it was better for you. It wouldn't have upped your career at all because it didn't for Brandon Roth. Let's be real.
Also, like, so what? Like, even if everything is
so what?
no, seriously. Even if everything is true,
brother.
and they're like, no, we
An
hired
Xray's
this guy
cousin.
because he actually likes the actress.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's perfectly reasonable. Like, he will have better chemistry with her. Why? Because he actually has chemistry with her. This just makes sense. I have no problem with the whole thing. We've literally gone to a whole thing of, well, if you want to do this voice actor, you have to be from the exact tribe of whatever this person was. Well, it works for everything, mate. This is the world you created. I don't care.
People just want to complain.
You've convinced me over time. I now think, no, actually, shows should be made for me. I should be represented, and they should be written by people that represent me. You've convinced me.
Yeah, they just want to complain. I remember I talked about this in our group chat, but we'll tell the world about it. When the Elton John, the Rocket Man came out, Taron Egerton portrayed Elton John, and there was, I forget his name. I think he wore like a dress to one of the like Met Gala things. You guys probably know who I'm talking about. This gay black man. He was sitting with, I think he might have been sitting with Richard Madden and Taron Egerton. And they didn't know what to say in this interview, which I wouldn't know either, because you don't want to be mean and then be marked as like an asshole. So they were on some kind of podcast, and he came at them for being cast as gay men because they're straight. And it's like, I think it was Billy Porter. I think you're right, Billy Porter. Someone said that in the chat. That sounds familiar. And he came at them for that. And it's like, first off, Elton John, it was his movie about his life. He picked Taron Egerton to play him. So obviously he's a gay man that didn't have a problem with a straight man portraying him. That just doesn't make sense. Yeah, I mean, and obviously Hollywood, you got to be cute. Like, come on, Taron Egerton's adorable, So they had to pick someone cute to play. He was like, yeah, him.
That's what I said. I said, if a movie ever gets made about me, obviously it's going to have to be Henry Cavill, because we're going to have to keep this thing realistic.
Exactly. She's like, what was that? She just smiled. That's weird. There she's coming back.
I never thought you'd develop a catchphrase, Wicked.
I know. Thanks, Ian. Oh no, Xray had an issue. She'll be right back, guys. It's just people just want to complain. It's so stupid. But I remember seeing that interview and I was like, because you guys know I love Richard Madden once. I was like, how dare you? First off.
He said, oh no, you didn't.
Oh no, you didn't come at my boo. Okay. No. But yeah, it's I don't know. Well, let's get some of these super chats and then we'll hop onto the drama. Vimaran for 5. Seriously though, watch Shin Godzilla. When did that come out? Like, what year is that? I don't. It doesn't sound familiar.
I think
to
it's
me.
counted as the prequel, isn't it?
Is it of what? Oh, like of God.
I think it's an unofficial. Yeah, 2016. I'm sure.
Oh.
I think I heard
Hold
somebody
on.
go, it's essentially meant to be like one of the unofficial prequels, or like the spiritual prequel kind of thing.
I'm looking at images because I'm just curious now. All right. The image is all people dressed up. Never mind. Thank
Yeah,
you,
'cause
Vimaran. I will look into it.
There was at the meetup, we were talking about it. It was Shin Godzilla. I had to look up the DVD case to remember.
Looking baking or something like that for 2. To be fair, Will Grace and Superman. I don't know why they made me laugh. This is true.
Wow. Maybe that was the best disguise ever. Maybe it was.
Maybe it was.
Like he was wearing contact lenses instead, and it just confused everybody.
Everyone got confused. Yeah. Ian, so forth for another 50. Thank
What
you,
if Elton
Ian.
John was Superman and he like took off his big sparkly star glasses? And he's like, oh, we never noticed. Those are the glasses that would genuinely hide your identity.
Can I dress up as Elton John for Halloween this year on Saucy? I'll get the big glass.
Sing
do
Rocket
it.
Man.
I'll do it. I'll sing too.
Oh my
Yes,
God.
queen.
Yes.
To be fair, oh sorry, I should probably Ian Sothorth for £50. You'd fly to the UK on a magical buffalo and only pick up Disparu. Okay, that's fine, I guess. Kicks rocks. I'm like,
No,
yep. The buffalo would run out of fuel by the time it got to Scotland.
no, you just feed it a wing. And be able to, like, don't worry, Ian. We
Well,
can
would
get
it
you two.
refuel? It's like you got to stop at a farm on the way past to eat some grass. So we can
Yeah.
take off again now.
We're just like on the side of the road waiting, like, we'll be there soon, Ian. Hold on. We're fueling up. Thank
I
you
think
for
you
the
keep-
50, Ian.
You keep teasing everybody that you're going to Ireland. It's like, well, now we've just got to find a magic buffalo to actually
Oh.
get people over here.
She's restarting. Okay. Yeah, she's at it's hotel internet, so
Well, restarting a computer won't help the internet.
sorry. I
How
won't
was that?
giggle.
That was
No, I'm
weird.
saying sorry to Steven. Sorry. After a couple sips, I get a giggle. I get the giggles. M8 for another 5. Thank you. Diversity in media. When you did it, it was racist. When you do it, it's representation.
Yeah.
That's actually very accurate. It's nice and like simplified.
I'm just saying, over time, they've convinced me their arguments were correct. I do need to be represented in media. And so you should make things for me. And I should see myself in everything. And if I don't, why would I give you any money? I used to
Exactly.
see myself. We
In
used to
Doctor
rule Hollywood,
Who.
apparently. And I think we should again. They're
I think
your
she-
arguments.
It's time
I'm just
for a
saying them.
comeback. It's time for a comeback.
Yeah.
She's
Along with the
back.
Empire.
I don't know.
Ian wants us to pick him up on the flying buffalo too. You missed. That's all you missed.
Oh,
If we're gonna pick up Disparu, we gotta get Ian too.
I'll get a sack on each side and you can sit on.
Yeah, like one of them
Oh, like the
sidecars.
sidecars, yeah. And a
Yeah.
motorcycle. We just say we have a Scottish guy, and that's what a diverse buffalo that would be. A Canadian, an American, a Scots, and a Brit.
That's basically our
That's
show.
the start of a really
you know?
bad joke. All
No,
go
that's
into
our
a
show.
bar.
Walk into a bar
Canadian, British, and American walk into a bar
with a magic buffalo.
because they took shrooms. Okay.
Stop
Only on the best
yelling.
streams.
Stop yelling, X-Wing. She's not getting abducted by aliens. She's okay.
Gosh, that's my cousin.
Yeah, that's my brother. That's her cousin. And I get confused. One of these days, X-Wing is gonna get a girly like text that I meant to send to Xray because I have them in my phones like that. And be like, what do you think of this dress? He's like, girl slay.
Oh my god, we have visitors, by the way. Look who is here.
Visitors.
It's Kim.
Hi.
And we have a famous celebrity.
Oh my goodness. Hi,
What's
Gary.
Yeah, hello.
Oh, quarter
Oh, it's everybody.
Whoa. Hi.
How's it going?
Gang's all
Are
here.
we interrupting you? I'm so sorry.
Hello.
It's all right.
Sorry.
They only had a key to my room. Let me change this to the. Oh, here. Now they can hear you.
There you go. Hi.
Wait, you gave everybody a key to your room?
Everyone's got a
Yeah,
key.
Give one to Melissa.
Look how
It's like
look
the
how tiny
communal
Kara
room.
is. She's just tiny in the corner.
There's more and
Hello.
more people. This
Ian
is what
says,
happened. Yeah. Actually, they turn it round. There's like 20 beds all in a line. It's the
"How
biggest
expensive."
hotel room ever.
I know it's huge.
More like an army barracks.
Hi, Disparu.
Yeah, hello.
All day on Twitter complaining about the Acolyte.
Yeah, well, I made the mistake of watching Doctor Who instead, and now
Oh, Jesus.
I
haven't
kind of
done
put
that
off
yet.
talking about that for the rest of the day. I was like, no, I'll do that tomorrow.
I can't wait to see it. I really can't. I'm caught up thanks to you, and fuck you, by the way.
Hey, no, in this, they just humiliate Gatwa, and I think that's been what they've been doing the entire season. He saved nobody except a snot monster that murders babies, And apart from that, everyone else, he's got people killed or other people save him. And
Does
all
he
he does in this
cry?
episode is have women tell him off and get people killed. That's all he does.
God, it's like my life. Does he cry?
He's about to, but then a woman tells him to man up because he's caused too many problems and so he needs to fix it.
No way.
And it's said by the old companion from one of the previous doctors. He's there and you can
Which
tell
one?
he's just about to cry. I think it was the 4th doctor. I can't remember her name.
Hi, Wicked Virtue. Hello.
Hey, Gary.
Just completely invading your channel.
No, you're fine. Go.
Am I
This
taking
crew's
over now?
happy. Yeah, I guess so. Actually, just left. She's like, cool. I get to go get a snack. I'm out.
Yeah, she's got an excuse. Somebody else will fill the position.
What's up?
Yeah.
It's gonna take me 20 minutes just to get up from this position because I'm old. So
It's like, this is where I live now.
this is a
He's
bad idea.
stuck here.
Yes.
I'm getting straight.
Bad idea.
Help the old man stand. Hold on. Take
I'm a
care,
scary girl.
everyone.
Exactly. Bye. Uh,
All right, this way.
Later.
So, yeah.
just got infiltrated.
Well, it's like what happened in Vegas. It's like you walk into the room and Gary's streaming in the corner and everyone else is on the other side with people randomly walking behind him and just interrupting.
It was
I don't know what she's
in deep
doing.
thought. I know she's in deep thought. I know. Just was happy to have someone else to talk about Doctor Who with. Like,
Yes.
I
I need to desperately share my misery with people.
yeah.
Sorry about
Yeah,
that.
it's just a Gary pop. No, you're fine. The Chad's very excited. They just
No, we got
popped
helped
off.
up. It was okay. It was going to be a
Yeah,
disaster.
helped up.
Especially, I don't know if you, the moment he put his weight on the chair and tried to stand up, I like that thing I saw on wheels, presumably. We're going to see him go flying across the room.
Bye, Kara.
So, yeah.
Sorry.
She's
That
like,
really
dude,
wasn't-
I'm drunk as heck. The boss is here with the.
He knows the score. Okay.
He knows.
I've been watching
knows.
Gary's streams before, and Xray's done something, and he suddenly goes, "Are you drunk?" It's like randomly.
Let's just say, okay, so part of being here, we're like trying to meet all these people and like network and whatnot. And I have used my assets. And he's like, good job.
Yeah, it's like, it's like now you
Oh.
know I employed you in the first place. Send her in first, break the ice.
Oh my God. Because, like, I mean, you know, everyone, bright, bubbly person, right?
You
Well, yeah,
are.
This is the difference, well, one of the main differences
Silly
between like Korean
Billies.
television and American television.
X-Wing.
In that when you have Korean television, you believe it and you get more immersed because everyone acts how they actually would. So you would have like attractive women in the apocalypse using what they've got to try and survive. But over here, you can't do that. So instead, they just have to act like men because it's the only thing they've got. They have to go around like threatening people with violence and stuff. And so you don't get immersed because nobody acts like people. And you only have to look at, well, there was loads. The 8 show, Alice in Borderland, they all have it, where everyone plays into their own individual strengths, no matter what they are, as you would.
Gotta use everything you got, your arsenal.
Well, it's the apocalypse. It's do it or die. But instead, they're
Mhm.
supposed to be like, no, I'm not going to do this because someone in California might not like me. So,
Well, if you have death facing you, I will choose to use my assets, especially.
that's where I draw the line. If there's an apocalypse,
Well,
anything
no,
goes.
Disparu
Yeah.
always uses it. Come on, Disparu always uses its assets. Don't even pretend like you don't.
That's
Yes.
true. Melissa
hair.
did say she wants to your hair.
She's like, it's time for he said he's gonna do his yearly cut in Vegas. So
Once a year.
No, yeah, it's just going to get clippered at some point.
X-Wing. And then the Sydney Sweeney has a head yesterday. Kept looking in the wrong my God. That face like not touching that. Licking bacon or something like that for 5. The only person I can ever see playing Disparu would be the great man himself, Steve Buscemi. Listen, I wouldn't hate
Oh,
that.
I like that guy. No, he was
I
in.
like him.
He was in where the I can't remember what it's called. The meteorite's coming for Earth. Is it apocalypse? Armageddon. And he's
Armageddon.
right. He's literally standing on the nuke they're about to use, and he's riding it. And the guy, could you please get off the thermonuclear weapon? I just sorry. I just wanted to feel the power between my legs.
I understand.
Oh.
Those are my favorite moments in movies. It's him going, I just want to feel the power between my legs. And then in Broken Arrow, they're shooting the enemy. And the guy's like, can you please stop shooting at the thermonuclear warheads?
I have that on my list, Ian. I have to watch that. It's like I have to watch it. It's on HBO Max. So, yeah, I said that you could go get a snack now that you had co-host to take your spot for a minute when you went away for a minute.
Get a snack. I'm sad.
Oh,
I have wine.
it's okay.
I finished the wine almost.
Yeah, it's basically fruit.
Yeah, the only
Old fruit.
it was wine that you were drinking. Okay.
It's like one of your 5 a day.
I don't. This is like a red wine. It was one of the ones. Shout out to Tara. It's one of the bottles that Tara sent me. It was called Red Hawk, I think.
I
got
love
this
when
at
people do that.
Buc-ee's.
Pinot Grigio.
It's like you ask what kind of
Pinot Grigio.
you ask what kind of whiskey people have, and they tell you like the brand, how old, how many years it's matured, what kind of oak cask it came in.
Disparu's like, I got the one that was on sale.
And it's like a red one. It's all around.
Oh, it's red.
I don't know this one because I don't know this one because I didn't buy it. It was sent to me. Normally, I know if it's like a Chianti or something. I'm getting better. If Lee, if you're watching,
With
Capable
fava
Gentlemen,
beans.
I'm learning. He always says that. Just ruin
It's
Lee
the
would get
only reason to
along
have a
well.
Chianti. It's like and liver.
I forgot what I was gonna say. Con Air was a great performance by Jeremy. What?
Ooh, I want to talk about drums now that we're fully drunk.
We will.
Well, close to full.
We knew she was drunk when she said the word drums.
Drums.
Let's talk about the drums. Let's go get some margs and talk about the
Oh
drums.
my
Like
god.
Queen Slay.
Slay.
Oh my
Yes, Queen.
Yes.
The best part of those is yes, Disparu's great, but it's the background
Yeah,
hype
no, it's
of
always Xray girl at the
Xray
end
and
being the
everything.
cheerleader.
Yes.
Like at the end of every clip.
Whatever.
All right.
It's a good thing. It's the best bit of the clip.
Thank
Otherwise, it'd be
you.
like, that's weird. But then you're getting really into it. It's like, fine. It makes it seem a little bit less.
That's why I'm a woo
Wicked's
girl. Like I
catchphrase.
just love.
Woo! I'm serious. One of these days, I want, even if it's just like me and Xray, that would be so fun. I want to get a party bus and just have a party with Xray girl on a
Oh my
party
God.
bus.
Get a really short
Like-
one.
Hey, did you just call us retarded? He just called us retarded.
I didn't know what that meant until Girls on the Bus came out and Gary kept calling it Girls on the Short Bus. I had to look it up.
Well, I will still party on the bus with Wicked. Doesn't matter if it's short or long. Okay.
There was only a few of you.
Anyways, drums.
Anyways, let's get to the drums.
Okay, so
Oh.
I have to say this. I've never thought I would miss Frosk so much.
This
Yeah.
is just weird.
This girl's, I'm sorry to everyone, this voice annoys the crap out of me. I don't really watch, like, I'm not in the drums only for this stream now. I do it for Xray.
Yeah, thank you. But so she is a editor for Kotaku, I believe. Just correct me if I'm wrong.
Yep, no, it
And-
is. Yeah.
She has come after Kara. She has said a lot of like pretty nasty
She after
things.
Kara, what a
She's
Fish!
bought like half a Twitter by this point.
And she's basically blocked everyone now that has to do with that this sector of the internet because she's a pussy.
I should
Mm-hmm.
tweet something stupid at her like, you smell.
She probably does.
Pull out the
She
big
probably
guns
smells-
there, Wicked.
Dude,
Calm
I
down.
know. I'm sorry, guys. I never wanted that side of me to be seen. I'm so sorry. But she probably smells awful. She looks like she smells. All right.
Wow.
X-Way.
That's probably true.
Okay, well, here we go. What is this? It's 39 seconds of
Must eat a
ear
lot of
pain.
Lemons.
It's horrible.
Is she gay? So she might be into you. She might like that.
She probably would be into you.
She's actually a huge fan.
She's watching this channel crying right now.
I want people in the industry to be a little bit louder about
How much more loud do you want?
people, and maybe
So her voice annoys him. She's talking like I'm a cool, chill
Oh my
chick,
god!
you know.
I just
No,
like
no,
want you
she's
to be
trying
a
to
little
be tough.
louder.
I'm
This
just
is how
like
she
so chill.
thinks
I don't care what
men
anyone says
act.
about me, but I block you if you say anything negative.
But also, like, I wear sunglasses indoors. Like, I'm just that cool.
I'm super cool, super hip. The kids love me.
Like
Say it's not a
with,
good thing.
with the microphone, most people just hold it vertically, and she's like, "No, I'm gonna do the side thing so I can
It's
drop it and be
it's
like,
like a
it is
gun,
literally on I gangster the
know?
way I'm talking into this thing
Like, you could
incorrectly."
You can shoot like this, or you can shoot like this.
Don't come
Yeah.
at Taryn like that,
You
Xray. He's
you can have all the
adorable.
brass spray into
That was
your
funny.
face. That'll be a great idea.
Sorry.
She probably shoots her gun sideways too, like the fake
Mhm.
guns, you know, because
That's
she's
why
probably
she's got the
scared of real
glasses.
guns. She's like, pew pew. Okay, she's so gangster.
Maybe say we don't want you around if you're gonna be a cunt
Yeah.
Then why are you around?
and hateful.
It is so
And
much
that
like Frost, though, isn't it?
into
She's
the
saying
street.
things, and everyone around is like, "Yeah, it's like I've got to cheerlead it
Yes,
on."
keep going,
Like,
keep going.
By
You're
the way, I
preaching
agree
realness.
with the virtue.
Real. She's so real for that.
Diverse naturally. Not because anyone's making
Oh.
them be diverse.
By the way, yeah.
ooh.
Oh, that
she said-
face. Ew.
This is, I think I know more than you. I'm stronger than you. I'm better than you. And this is the ultimate. You can be so stupid that you don't realize what you don't know. And she genuinely believes this.
I like, and then the funny
Ian.
part is like she
He
says
does.
like,
Oh no.
Stuttering Craig undercover.
oh my god, imagine that could be him. No, but like she's like,
I
you
know that
should
made me
tell
laugh
people
so
not to
hard.
be in your space. So when we say like we don't like it, isn't that the equivalent of what you're saying? Like, okay, this equality has kind of gone weird at this rate. And then
Well, it's 'cause
she's
we're not
basically
equal.
like, be mean. Be mean.
Like, be
Like, I am
mean,
not-
but if you're
I am
mean
not
to
equal
me,
to
that's
this.
not okay. Be mean
on
to
my
people that
worst
don't
day-
like me, but if you're mean to me, don't do it. I'm
But
trying to like
also, if this is stuttering Craig and he has boobs, don't tell Az.
Well, no, we don't mean. we
you
didn't mean
wow,
Alyssa
now
we
stumbled
didn't
on
mean
his
Aly-
words that never
Nobody
happened.
went. Alyssa McConaughey was Craig. It was the guy.
It was a joke. It was a joke.
This is
I'm
gonna get
sorry.
memed probably.
But I don't know why you
In the
think he'd have
background.
boobs like the clear guy.
No,
Even the one asses have gone for don't have a big, thick,
Where are the
80s
memers?
adult
We
movie
need
mustache.
we need this to be read. We need Craig's face in this shot. We'll keep it up for a second to
Like,
give you a minute. Craig in it. I'm gonna be on there next Friday, so I'll take responsibility if anybody does it.
But
Okay,
the
here we
weird
go.
thing is, her entire speech
hold
could be
on.
defeated by just going, "Why?" It's like the industry, like the world is diverse. So, what?
I mean, Vera
The
What
world
about
is
it?
diverse.
Destroyed
We
her.
didn't make it that way.
Well, you're not selling it to the world. You're selling it to gamers. You're selling it
Yeah.
to Western gamers, and they have a demographic, and that's who you'd be pitching it to. But if you just look at the entire world who plays games, what do they all like? Well, they're all men, so they want basically Stellar Blade. That's
Yeah.
the main character that they want for all the characters.
Booty, booty, booty.
So even your own argument fails because you're too thick to understand, and she's about to prove just how thick she is by the way she ends this clip. I think she actually literally
Alright.
brain damaged in order to say what she says at the end.
Even Alyssa Mercante. How do you say her name?
Mercanti.
That's
Sorry.
one way of presenting it.
Even she gets lost in the Disparu queue. There we go.
Oh,
Because the world is diverse, you stupid motherfucker.
The world
you're-
is diverse. Her
the
eyes
world
even
isn't a
open.
pissing
She's like, the
audience,
world
you
is diverse. Her eyes closed.
no, she's Asian. Sorry.
The
No.
it's not even true. Like each nation is actually very homogenous. That's why it's a pissing nation. Oh,
Oh, she's a Karen.
it's like a mental assault of low
Maybe you
IQ.
have a problem. I'm seeing Greg now. Thanks, Ian.
Look, it's a fake mustache. It's fine.
You rip it off and it's actually Craig. He runs away. He's
You're surprised
He's
he didn't have one of
undercover.
those glasses with like a fake nose.
undercover.
Come fight me. Physically.
See, that's what's wrong with
And
these
now you've
freaking
lost.
people. If you disagree with one of my takes, you should fight me physically. What kind of mental instability? Like, we see this all the time. But like, let's go back to the boys
Well,
stuff. The
what's
left
she gonna
is
do?
so
Break her
loving
fist on you?
and
I mean,
and she would probably. I could probably take her. I mean, I've been working. Listen, I've been working out.
no, but she would lose to half the population by default.
Yeah.
It's like to threaten people, you have to be utterly
If
mentally
Disparu-
incapable of understanding the basics of reality. If your
If
first instinct is to
Disparu-
go to physical fighting, you are an idiot.
If Disparu identifies as a woman for just like 1 hour, would
No,
that
no,
count?
no,
Can he
no,
fight
no.
her?
She says if she
I'm just
thinks she's
kidding.
equal.
He said no.
If she thinks she's equal to a man, fair enough. Who cares? You get what you piss. You get
He's
what
like,
you piss
no.
and
He's like, I
deserve.
don't even have to
No,
change.
well,
I'm gonna be
no,
me.
If you want to fight somebody, then they are under no obligation to not defend themselves. This is just basic stuff. This is why, if you're going to lose, you shouldn't go around and do this. Because it's a really, really bad idea to do.
Vera
you-
Dark called her out, and she blocked
Yeah.
her.
If you
Well,
F
exactly.
around, you'll find out. Oh wow.
But if she just walked into half the population, she would lose by default. So maybe you don't want to
more
pick
than
a
half
fight
the
with people.
Population at this rate. And we're talking adults here, okay? We're not talking about
Pause is just great. Duh. So she's
Bitch.
Has anyone taken you up on that yet?
No, because they're all pussies.
Yep.
I love the replay of that with Vera made the clip of her like DMing her like, let's do this for charity. Vera Dark, if you guys don't know what we're talking about, I'm not going to play the clip because there's like music on it and stuff that will probably get us clipped. But she put that
so
in.
funny.
Vera, yeah, exactly. She called her out. Was like, okay, let's do this, but you're not going to make any money. We're going to do it for charity.
No,
She
those
blocked her.
restrictions were worse. Those restrictions were worse because everyone else was trying to set up like a legalized inside a boxing ring consensual
Didn't
thing.
Keemstar say something
Well-
too? Like
Well,
he
yeah,
wanted.
but if you want to do it legally, you need all those rules. And she was like, no, do it in the street. So if you do it in the street, you go to prison. So that's
'cause,
why it changed.
Absolutely. It has to be.
It has to be in a
rules,
ring because that's where it's legal.
Because if one person punches, your life could be ended.
Mhm. Like
Mhm.
it's literally the entire thing is a setup because oops, I made a mistake. That's all it was.
Yeah, and I think like Vera Dark, I don't know how big she is in comparison to Melissa, but I would love to see that. Like I would even do it if I
Ma-
could.
Mara Jade also offered, and she showcased all her
Oh, Mara was
Is
fighting statues.
she's
So,
ex
yeah.
She's
like army.
ex-military, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
yes,
she showed
she
like
would-
awards. So
Yeah, but that's the thing. Why are you gonna put out an offer when you don't know who's going to accept?
I think
because
she
it
got
was
carried
all
away.
bull. It was
No,
all
I-
bull.
I think all the people around her going, "Yeah, you go," and I think she just got carried away in the moment.
And the thing
decided
is,
to say it.
That's
She got
because she's
hyped
a
up by
pussy.
her yes
She-
man.
Mhm.
She blocked Vera Dark amidst this and still replies to her tweets. That is
Mhm.
weak energy.
Oh, that is low.
Which she's been doing that to
that's low T.
Grums for weeks at this point. Keeps on blocking him and then commenting on him, then reblocking him.
That's so stupid.
Like, if you really think that you're that strong, I'm sorry, you're not gonna. What for one? She blocked all these people, and then of course, what day is it today? Sorry, my days are really mixed up. Saturday. Last night on FNT, I don't know if it was because of this. Chrissy did a Alyssa.
It was because of this.
I saw the picture and it was great.
Great. I like how she's like, I'll fight you physically.
Chrissy's so
And then
funny.
She protected her tweets after that, and I'm just dying because it's like, okay,
She got embarrassed. She effed around and found out.
I'm
Exactly.
sorry. Like, you put stuff on the internet, just know that people are gonna troll you, and by blocking, you seem even weaker than you might be. I don't know. So, if
Send
you
it
want
to
to watch
Jason, he
it,
can
it's Neurotic Daily.
Gina honestly, I feel like that wouldn't be worth Gina's time at all. And I know their weight class is
No,
probably completely
but
separate
this is the
because
point.
Alyssa's just
She's
tiny,
a nobody.
puny. She's a nobody.
She works for
Yeah,
Kotaku.
not worth
Like,
it.
Kotaku's editor. I could probably get the article, find it easily enough. The maid editor came in years ago and literally admitted that nobody there likes reviewing games. They destroyed their own site. They thought they'd had infinite Google traffic, so they could salt the audience as much as they want, and they ran out. And they go on a big long thing about how tiring it is now we don't want to do this, and how really we're not going to have to come on Games Magazine. The entire article has been basically the figure of fun humiliation
Wait,
rag
but-
for weeks. The only reason to work at Kotaku is if you have a humiliation fetish. It's like nobody would look at that job and you, yeah, that'll be something that'll help my career. Although it is a step up from previous careers, so you know, I suppose there's hope for everybody.
Is that why she had tiny eyes? She was lit.
Maybe
I
she's
wouldn't be
Puerto
surprised.
Asian. I don't know.
Gina would sneeze on her and she would win probably. Anyways, let's get to a couple of these super chats, guys. Thank you so much. Jason Webster for another 5. Thank you. Welcome back to the Central Missionary commentary position, Xray girl.
Thank you.
She made it back. I can't wait till we can stream on our phones again and do the hearts. I love
my
doing
God.
the hearts.
Next week, Saturday, we're gonna be together.
Excited.
Just
Just so you know, it's gonna be a Saucy in person. Oh, hold on, super chats. You're going in the Disparu queue. We're calling it now.
Disparu
queue.
queue?
Look, this is the hello Kotaku. It's me, your new editor in chief. And what it says is, I hate that every website's day is predicated by the release
True.
schedule and news cycle set by publishers. You're a games magazine. Of course it is. I hate covering big budget video games. How nothing's ever more important than when it's launched. It doesn't matter how much progressive we are. I'm fed up of having to take care in explaining basic concepts like racism is real. At some point, having to explain power dynamics over and over again is not a question of informing the readership. It's a tacit acknowledgement that our audience has a specific background. And consequently, that reality means even if we cover more mainstream subjects or marginalized identities, the writing is not truly for that audience. This haunts me. The presumed
Writing
reader
isn't
looks-
for the audience. I'm
Yes.
sorry. Who are you writing to? Yourself?
her. No, literally,
Physically?
the presumed reader looks or sounds nothing like me. And yet here I am, leading a video game site. It's not a matter of being woke. It's a matter of survival.
Disparu read that on
Everyone plays games
1.5.
now. Yet most of these people frequent video games unless they need to know how to do something. She's annoyed she can't indoctrinate her audience. That was the editor-in-chief of Kotaku.
so
There is no
sad.
lower form of
God.
games website.
I don't like her very much. I don't say that. I have stronger words, but I'm not saying on the internet.
This was Patricia
You know what we can-
Hernandez back in 2021, so it's not. That's not.
We
a
can say
fun day
about
herself.
we'll go to 13 going on 30 when she's like, I don't like you. You're not nice and you have frizzy hair. That is our judge
Yeah,
for her.
I don't like you, and you have weird squinty eyes, and that's coming from an Asian.
Oh.
Your biggest insult.
Damn.
It's just you need to open your eyes.
Thank you, Dan, for that gift that will be here forever, probably.
Damn.
Albert, thank you for the Canadian too. It's the interview scene before the gangbang. Oh my god. Yuck. Maybe though. Maybe. Rye the guy, the power of 1, the power of 2, the power of Gary.
Wow.
I think this is when your hotel room got infiltrated.
Now I feel like I actually need to bring Gary on as a guest.
You should. That would be fun. We could talk about Buffy.
Yes.
He's there's that. I know a lot of people like Buffy, but I trust that Gary would be just as educated on it as me. Probably. I don't know. Maybe. And we need Xray to finish watching it so that we could talk
Yes,
about
we
it.
will. Wow.
Fear the Cockney? Is that Feardo
well,
with like
well,
a
Yeah, now we're gonna need you to put on a Cockney
Really?
accent.
I
I
can't.
don't know how to do Cockney.
Oi, Disparu. Why ye keep your hair all lesbian like
I mean, pirate will do as well, I suppose.
are you trying to get pie on the acolyte? Lock in, governor.
Governor? Governor?
Governor,
Okay.
lock it in.
Wait, Disparu.
Lock it in, governor.
try?
There, was that better?
try?
Was that better?
I'd have to look up a Cockney accent. The reason why Americans don't is because their default, like,
Is pirate?
just sounds like a Cockney London accent. But
Got it.
I'd need to.
Lock it in, governor. Is that better?
No,
Crickets.
I think you did
No.
pirate.
No.
Ian said I nailed it.
Wow. I don't believe.
All right, here you go. Let's
Ian.
let Disparu do it. I'm an American, okay? What do you want from me? Disparu's gonna. He had to look it up. He's looking it up. Heck was that?
This guy is that's the worst accent video I've ever seen in my life.
Let's do it. Let's do it. I want to
I
hear
love
it.
how he lives over there and he's still. Gotta look it up. Governor.
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 I have no idea.
Oh, it's
how to do
basically
it.
the thud accent.
10
It's
minutes
like,
of
"Oi,
me and Xray
Disparu,
saying
why you
governor?"
keep your hair all lesbian like? Are you trying to get on The Acolyte? Lock it in, governor.
Yeah, much better than mine. There you go. There you go.
Amazing.
You know what? Ian said I did good. Thanks, Ian.
Thank
My
you,
co-host.
Ian.
Ian's
Didn't like
Scottish.
that.
He doesn't know what London is tall like either.
Wait, Ian. Do you wear? Are you wearing a kilt right now? I need to know.
I mean, I doubt
Why are
it.
you asking Ian what he's wearing? What are you
Yeah.
wearing?
What are you wearing, Ian?
Ian, what are you wearing? Seriously, what are you wearing?
We need to know. This is a burning question. Albert's not a retro frick. Another Canadian 5. Thank you. Let's be honest. If a buff guy could make $1 million sitting bicycle shorts and flirting on a live stream while making his pecs, they do it.
Yes.
Some
Yes.
guys
I'd do
do
it.
that though. Wow, Ian asks,
Not
what
really.
color is it?
Okay, wait. Ian, what color is it?
It's
Me?
tartan.
That's the one asking him what he's wearing.
It's tartan.
What?
If it's a kilt, it's tartan. It won't be a color.
Yeah, Ian, is it tartan?
He's getting objectified. You're gonna make the chat all like spicy right now.
Okay, Ian, can you get
Love it.
me a kilt? I want a kilt.
Ask him if he's wearing it traditionally.
Ian, are you wearing it traditionally? What does that mean?
It means, does he have underwear on?
She's like, what? Why did you listen
No.
to Disparu?
I don't know why.
She doesn't know that, Lord Botha.
No,
Disparu just
she
said
does.
it.
No, everybody knows this about kilts, that they don't
I
wear anything
don't.
on underneath. They do. This is the entire
Yeah.
point of the kilt. And it's been
fly
proven that the traditional thing is to not wear anything underneath. And it's been proven. I have seen people like ceremonial
You've
things.
seen their peepees hang out from under their kilts?
This is
no,
between you guys,
They do.
Disparu.
They like the Highland Games and stuff where they always wear kilts, and
You
because
see
they're
their
doing like
peepees.
physical things. There's
see
been
their
a few
peepees.
There's been a few backside put on show through
Oh,
the wind and
backside,
stuff.
but not the peepees.
You see their booties.
Well, I don't keep like a catalogue of it. I don't know. I don't watch the
I
Highland
don't
Games.
know. You might. You
I
might.
don't know.
Why would
I've
I
never
watch the
heard
That's
Highland
what we're
Games? No,
asking.
I've said this is them making up for their masculinity. It's like, well, we wear a skirt all the rest of the year, so we're just going to make up for it in one day by lobbing a tree. It just seems like you're trying to make up for something. Like you literally grab a tree trunk and see how far you
Okay,
can
what's
throw it.
worse? What's worse? A man who wears a kilt and throws a tree trunk, or a guy who drives a sexy car that has a small pee-pee?
The one who's wearing a skirt. The other guy just gets to
Still.
have a car. Nobody will even find out about that until afterwards, until presumably it's too late. Like, what are you going to do? Walk off?
But they all
That really would be rude. You're just like, no, that's not even worth the effort.
Well,
Well,
Albert's not a retro for another 2. Thank you. Wow, auto-corrected. Great to be on
I
that
think
last
it did on
super
that
chat.
one as well.
We no, he knows.
I think
he
I
knows
should
the
stop
YouTube
drinking
words.
on these streams.
Maybe. Jason Webster, thank you for another 2. Banzai Anamusha, Xray girl. Did I say that right?
Hi, Jason.
Did you ever see that TV show, Bonsai?
No.
No.
That was wild. That I saw it used to come on TV really late as a kid, and it was just like the most bizarre stuff you've ever seen in your life. With this guy occasionally screaming "Bonsai!" it was bizarre. I don't know. if I
Of
can
course you
find
watched it. Of course you.
It was
seen
funny
it.
as hell. It was like people get it was like weird
Yeah, he's
Japanese
like, I'm not even gonna-
like quiz show kind of thing.
Okay. Market Reality, thank you for the 5. Alyssa Mercanti blocked me on Twitter. I never had the chance to pick on her. No contact whatsoever.
I know. I
Really?
literally have never spoken to her. Or
Are you
spoken
blocked?
about
It's
her
on
at that
YouTube.
moment, and she blocked me. No, this was before even FNT, so I think I got blocked by association.
Yeah,
I didn't get blocked.
She does. Well, I'm assuming she did.
I'm not
like
cool enough.
block lists.
Blockchain?
Just yeah, anyone that was following somebody else that she doesn't like, you just all get blocked, or
Not
you
me, I'm
reply
not
to a
cool
certain
enough.
post, that kind of stuff.
No, it's all good. I don't think I'd enjoy it, but I think it's, like I said, weak energy to call someone out and be blocked.
Super
Right.
weak. Deranged Lunatic, thank you for the 199. Isn't that Chrissy Mayer? It could
No,
be. You
maybe.
don't know. Maybe.
Watch that
Bo-
clip, Nerdrotic Daily.
Bonsai Online is a YouTube channel that put clips on. If I've got one, is literally he will just walk up to someone and shake their hand, and you just keep
Are we gonna
shaking their
watch it?
hand.
Do we
Well, I'm
have
not
it?
sure whether you get clipped for it
Oh, okay.
that's
because
We'll
it
look it
was a
up.
t- it was a TV show.
It was a TV show. Now it's on
But
YouTube.
yeah,
Oh yeah,
like,
no. If it's a TV show, no.
Yeah. It was a foreign TV show, but it probably either way. But it was literally he would just shake their hands for like until they would let go, and sometimes he was shaking someone's hand for like 5 minutes because they were too polite to ever tell him no. It was really bizarre sketches all the way through.
Lord Botha, welcome to the Disparu. Thank you for the $4.99. Beardo still not blocked by Alyssa, even after taking her and expecting her to and DMing her. We're starting to think she just wants Beardo as well. Maybe.
Well, maybe this is like Ryan's Brie Larson. That's Beardo's Brie. They're meant to be.
Oh, does
together.
he actually have a thing for her?
Maybe. Who knows?
Ow, hit my mic. John Thomas, thank you for 2. The Ben Stiller meme looks so much like her. Wait, which one?
I don't know.
Hold
which
on,
one.
I gotta look it up. I didn't mean to yell like that. My neighbor's probably like, shut up.
They did another game where 2 people would bite an elastic band, and they just had to pull back until it snapped. I saw what happened.
Wait, which one? Hold on. I'm looking up Ben Stiller meme. Hold on, let me do it on Google. Give me a second. Sorry, we're professional here.
Oh, he shook.
Very.
Oh, the do it one. Do it.
Can you
That
show
one.
me? Can you show me?
I'm gonna share it. I'm gonna share it. She's like, let me see. Let me see. This one. Do it. This one.
Oh yeah.
Is-
Do it.
Why did it get smaller when I zoomed in? It does. Do it. Do it. Oh my god. Yeah. Everyone should tag her in that and make her mad. Do it. Thank you, John Thomas. That was
but
funny.
Beardo needs to do it.
She might like it and follow him.
That's true. Maybe she
That,
doesn't
how
like
funny would
following
that be? She doesn't block him, but she follows him, starts liking his posts and stuff. Lone Wolf for $10. Hey, Disparu, Xray Girl, and Wicked. Vera Gray called her out and put up 1K her own money, and G and G agreed to sponsor her. Dang it, Xray Girl, just point this out. Crap.
Oh, I didn't. Okay, I'm
Oh,
not on
well,
Twitter.
you were-
I'm not on Twitter a lot the last 2 days,
Same.
so I'm very sorry. I didn't know that. I just knew Vera
I didn't know that part.
called her out and then got blocked. So
That's all I know. I didn't know any of the rest, so it's okay. Thank you for filling us in,
but
filling in the
even if,
blanks.
like, she was like, I don't want you to make any money from your bigots. And
That's
I'm
an
like,
excuse.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like,
they
okay,
don't-
well, I
they
don't
don't
want you to
need
make money
you.
either.
Like Alyssa, nobody needs you to make money.
Nobody.
It was a
You
whole.
need-
actually, you're
it's-
making
it's
us all
gen-
money right now.
Genuinely, in this stream, it was brought like, should we put her in the? I'm like, no, she's a nobody. Why would you
Yeah,
put
we
her
were
in the
talking,
title at all?
should we put her in
Like,
the
she's
title? I was
literally
like,
a
nah.
nobody. Nobody
She's not
cares
good
about
enough.
her.
I know. We were gonna put her in the title, but then we are like, nah. Actually, I was like, should I? And they were like, what? No. Albert, thank you for another 2. If only Gina Carano had been there, said to Jay. Oh, we covered this earlier. Thank you for the 2. And Market Reality wants Gina Carano to fight Alyssa for 2.
Like, they don't realize the reason that anyone would even
you for the
support that
two,
or
Mark.
watch that is for the other person. It's not because you're turning up and everyone's like, oh, we're gonna support. No, that's not why. There's a reason why you have to keep going out and going, oh, well, we need to talk to all these people on the periphery. Yeah, the 2 people. Because they're the only people you can get as an audience. Whereas everyone else, they actually talk to the rest of the population.
McFly. So you guys are listening to me. Hey, I'm sorry. I told you Beardo wants a piece of Mercanti, just like he does Zombie. Who's Zombie Unicorn? He has a
I
thing
have
for
no idea
insane
who that
leftist
is.
progressive women.
Zombie Unicorn, wasn't she the one that did the bully hunter thing? And I think she's been part of a few things. Wasn't she? Didn't she used to do? May not be her, but I think she was the one. She used to do like body painting and stuff, and then also had a go at booth babes at Twitch. She was like, I can do it, but you can't.
Oh, she's a hater of the sexy women.
Yeah, she's been part of a lot of stuff.
Lance Thirst.
Thrust.
You want to read this
Wow.
one?
Have you
Disparu?
had a lot of wine?
Lance
Like,
Thrustcock for
It
$9.99.
sounds better when you say it in British. Thank you for the $9.99.
Thrust.
I thought it said thirst. I like glance. Listen, I have had a little bit of wine. I haven't really drank much lately, so that glass hit me.
Get on my level.
Get on my level. I've had 5 vodka sodas. I'm just kidding. No. Well, I don't know. Allegedly. Slosher, thank you for the 20 Canadian.
It's actually
Game Disparu's been accounting. Game journalists are losers and they know it. That's why they don't like games/gamers. They aren't good enough to make
Yep.
propaganda like real journalists. They're stuck with us like Agent Smith in
Mhm.
the Matrix.
They desperately want to
Yes.
be taken seriously, and they did want to be journalists. No one would have them, and so they're stuck here, trying to make a living wherever anyone will take them. And it eats away at them. So they
You
try and do
know-
it to other people.
Poor Slosher last week sent like an actual like deep super chat talking about like the hospitals in Canada. I'm not laughing at that. I'm laughing at that's
No one laughs at the hospitals in Canada. It's
no,
horrific.
but he had to have it read by Dispy the squirrel. And he probably was
Oh no.
Oh yeah. You were like, "Can you read this out?" It was like a big, massive paragraph thing, and I couldn't see it because to hide my face, got to do that, which means I can't read the screen.
He was like,
It was a disaster.
Hello, I'm just for the squirrel.
Hello. And then I'm like, well, you could just see my mouth move. That doesn't work, does it? This all seems a bit
Amazing.
pointless.
Thank
Oh
you,
my God.
Slosher. Old Renaissance Moon for $9.99. Thank you. I think Frank Gore solved the mystery of that crap about the power of one, the power of two. Look at
Mhm.
his tweet with pics of his fingers. That chant
No, it's
refers to
power
how
of
many
snowman.
fingers they.
It's
Oh, shut it.
disgusting. I watched it. It's disgusting.
I think he said like the power of one, the power of two, the power of Italians.
No, the power of many.
Yeah. But Italians do that all the time. It's literally what they're known for. It just so happens that that is also snowmanning.
Can you?
What's a snowman? Like
What is that?
It's
no,
where
no, no,
you-
don't
No,
answer.
no, 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 no. That face is enough.
The description ends
I
with
love
like a
snowmans, don't
carrot in a
ruin it.
snowman's face.
No. Stop it, Disparu. We don't need this. I love snowmen.
Can you
Well,
read this?
This
I
was
think
Doctor
Ian
Who.
wants-
It was brought up in Snow and Doctor Who.
I
This
No,
was
think-
special.
I'm not watching Doctor Who anymore. Fuck
I
that.
think. I think Ian wants you to read this in the Dispy Squirrel voice with Dispy Squirrel because I read this in his voice.
He's like, oh, hello, medicated deaths.
I love that voice because it's his Kylar as a ferret voice,
Yeah.
which I love torturing.
Jason Webster for 2. Thank you. Bonsai, a blessing meaning to live 10,000 years.
Bonsai.
Oh,
Bonsai.
it's not what the show was.
I was also
Dude,
gonna
the
say,
show was
like,
wild.
do you
Apparently.
want to live 10,000 years in this world, like currently? Nah.
Probably
If I
not.
could stay young and healthy, then yes.
Hmm.
That's one of the things. If you're just gonna like degenerate over time and stuff, illnesses
Ooh,
and stuff, it'd be
young,
horrific. But if you could stay
healthy,
like young and
sexy.
healthy, and if you got injured, you'd always heal back to being young and healthy.
Mhm.
Like,
Sure.
I think there has to be
Down
some
for
kind
it.
of yeah.
Down.
This
I
is
have no
tough.
problem with the years because a lot of people are like I couldn't fill 10,000 years. I'm like I could easy.
This is tough. John Thomas, thank you for the 2. Who's
I don't know who Lena
uglier?
Dunham
We're
is.
going to your Lena Dunham. She's that really ugly, chunky comedian, I think.
Oh, Lena.
No, that. Ugh.
I mean,
Yeah.
at least
I saw 3
Alyssa,
pictures. I'm like that's enough.
if Alyssa kept her mouth shut, she might be okay.
So I think Lena Dunham
That's
takes
not how
the
men judge them. I'd like we'd keep you silent anyway.
Wow. I'm only imagining what you meant by that.
There's many
Albert.
ways.
Thank you for another 2. Who was that chick in the sunglasses? It was
Alyssa Mercunti.
it was Ben Stiller. Sorry, it took me a second.
I mean,
My brain
very
stopped.
weird.
Wait,
It's
you
Elton
can see
John
Wicked's
actually.
brain
That one.
just working slowly.
You see the gears
Cogs.
turning. Yeah,
I think we could hear them.
it was like messing up. Like,
it's
glitched.
like grinding.
It got
together.
stuck. There's something got stuck in the gears.
Yeah.
Market
I've just had
reality.
maintenance down.
Yeah, we're good. We're good. I'll have some water. I'll be fine. Market reality. Thank you for the 5. Beardo does not have a thing for her. He's the only one Alyssa hasn't blocked. I think she has a thing for him.
Ooh, she likes a
Ooh.
bearded man.
She likes beards, and well, we know she likes sunglasses. Beardo wears sunglasses a lot.
That's true. If she has sunglasses, match made in heaven.
Match made in heaven.
It turns out she was just trying to be Beardo. That's what it was. She was like, trying
Beardo
to
is
signal
her
to him.
hero.
Well, they always say if you like someone, you sort of start mimicking their body language and stuff.
Oh,
That's what she was
no.
doing.
Oh no.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. All right. For that nobody guy, thank you for the 5. Disparu, have you seen Across the Pond on YouTube? He's a Brit in America who dissects the differences in language/culture down to historical roots. He's looking them up right now. That nobody
No.
guy. I see it. And also, Greg the Goblin just donated $50 to the road trip fund. Thank you, Greg.
I think
Dinner
you mean
on
lost
Greg.
in the pond.
This is so exciting because we have so many things.
We have so
planned,
many things planned.
So I'm very, very excited for it. Thank you so much.
Yes, and thank you for adding everyone that has donated. So we'll finish these super chats and then we'll get to what we have going on and we'll wind down. Psychotic Mongoose, thank you so much for the 5 pounds. Bonsai also had Lady One Question who would ask
Yes.
a celebrity one question and then just stand there looking at them until they decided to leave.
No,
What?
they had a few things like that. Like they did that. I just watched one where they were talking to I forgot what her name was. The woman that played Tomb Raider, the first film, Angelina Jolie.
Yeah.
They were just shaking her hand, and they did it for 67 seconds before she walked off. Like that's what they did. They always had access to these red carpet events and just like humiliated celebrities.
Sorry, that made me laugh. She won't block Beardle because he's a member of LGBT.
But
Stop.
yeah, Lady One Question was great. It'd be quite a deep question. It'd be like, so what do you think about the movie? And she just kind of froze until he eventually walked off.
And Ian Soulforth ends it with 10 gifted memberships.
Oh my God.
Queen.
Yes.
Thank you, Ian. Okay, so next week is when mine and Xray's portion of the road trip starts. We have a
So
lot of stuff
freaking
planned.
excited.
Thank you again to everyone that has donated. It's helpful for us to get, do extra stuff and make more content for you guys.
More live.
The link
streams.
is the link is actually pinned. If you want to donate to the road trip, you just click on the link and then write road trip so that I know to, put that aside.
card? Yeah.
Yeah. For the road trip fund. I'm so excited. And tomorrow I'll be live. I'll be doing some gift unboxing, guys. Thank you. I just did one of these, but you guys sent me more stuff. So thank you so much. And I actually might be building Legos too. Opening some and then building some Legos. Yeah, I've got some. Yeah, I've got some Donkey Kong Legos, 2 sets actually. So I'm very
Amazing.
excited. So I'll probably be doing that, or I might hop into a game. But I think I'm gonna build after opening. So that's what I got going on
Amazing.
tomorrow. It'll be on my YouTube and Kick. I'm not sure of the time yet, but just
Watch out.
it'll watch out. Yeah. What do you have going on, Miss Road Trip Girl?
So tomorrow, I'm basically working because I'm at Cosmic Summit, which is like an ancient civilizations convention where there's educational panels.
She's at a
and-
Mayan conference. Okay.
Yeah, essentially. And like basically I've been connecting with people and it's been really, 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 really fun. So I've been posting mostly pictures. As for live streams, when I go back to Kara's place, I will get back to some live streams, not gaming, but I might do some during the week. I do know we have the Real BBC and possibly the Nooner on Gary's channel. And of course, FNT and watch Acolyte and see how much people die. Lots of people are dying in the brains. Like this brew.
Yeah.
No, I live for this.
He lives for this. He likes
like,
to be in
Brit-
pain watching TV.
British culture was invented for this reason. Like it's our strong point. Like we went through this before in real life. We lost the entire empire and we decided to laugh as it burned. And so the culture evolved around being the underdog. And so now you get this. And that's the best thing about it. They get so much pleasure out of watching people lose their minds and rant and rave, but they absolutely can't stand it if you just take the piss out of them. Because they value this stuff.
They
If you
don't
just
know
laugh
how
at
to
it,
take a
they hate it.
joke. It's
Because
sad.
comedy is an aggression. Their entire worldview is based around this is my ego, this is what's important to me, and you can't criticize it. Like it's so fragile. They know it's all a lie, but the only way that you can defend a lie is to have everyone else believe it and affirm you. And so if you don't, they see it as like an attack. They don't know how to handle it, so they get very aggressive, like Alyssa.
What do you have coming up, Disparu?
Doctor Who will be next. as it is the penultimate episode with the finale next week. And then after that, I don't know. But there's always
Something
more
bad will pop
Acolyte
up.
and the finale. of
Something will
Doctor
come
Who.
up. I know.
Oh, it always does. Like Hollywood is always going to put out the
You
next
should watch The
episode.
Boys.
Yeah, there you go.
We might catch Scots. Wow.
She's going to be in
They've
a.
been trying to
a
invade
kilts
England
next
anyway.
season.
We have to keep catching them and throwing them back as it is. Keep coming down across the border.
And marker
It is
reality, I don't want to
Highland
forget this
Spring.
one before we hop off. Thank you, Mark, for a 5. There's some good news about Gina Carano. I'm hearing that she had a minor victory in her CA case
It's a
against
product of
Disney.
Scotland. I never knew.
Yes, we're all rooting for Gina, and that's Disparu just learned something new today.
Look, if I start wearing a
What
skirt,
if he just threw
this
it?
did it.
It's enough. But guys, thank you so much. It was so good to have Xray back. And next week, me and Xray will be in the same room. It's going to be a
I know.
saucy. I think maybe we should do
Disparu,
something
are you gonna be
special.
able to
Like
handle it?
we should. You're going to be able to handle it.
Oh my god.
We should make
grip this?
margaritas
I
or
know.
something.
Ooh. Yeah.
Something. It doesn't have to necessarily be margaritas, but since
Like
we're
a
hanging out
special
together, we should
thing.
something yummy. Yeah. I'm
Just
so
a
Yeah,
down.
send us your
Buffalo.
suggestions in the comments below.
Yeah, the
What you think we
comments.
should do for
Yeah.
next week, and we will put it into consideration. No pool stream. That's all I gotta say. No pool stream.
No pollution. We'll be in the hotel room, but if you have any drink to
Wow,
Rhino.
Rhino.
Hey, you
Hey.
asked the moment you
Hey,
asked the
hey, how
chat,
about
what
this?
should
How
me
about
and
this?
Wicked do in a
How about
hotel
this?
room? I'm like, we all know what the
If
answers
we
are going to
hit
be.
$1,000 super chat, we'll pillow fight. We'll talk about that. I'm kidding.
We'll talk about it. And then we'll fly over to Disparu on a buffalo. But
We'll smack him with our phone.
Yeah,
Don't worry,
we'll have to
Ian.
catch a buffalo first. But when we do,
we'll get you too. Old Renaissance Moon for $9.99. Thank you. I feel like I've been on a road trip since about Memorial Day. 20 hours to Yellowstone. Ooh, Yellowstone. Nice. Returned in a week. Superbike races weekend after. IndyCar the weekend after that. And Blue Angels today. $10 greater than RT. Oh, road towards $10 towards the road trip fund. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. It will. You bought some of our snacks. Let's go.
We love
Thank you.
snacks.
We love
Buc-ee's.
snacks. Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
I love Buc-ee's, by the way. I have like 5 chip bags still because I keep buying like 3 to 5 chip bags every time I stop.
I'm gonna ask her like what American snacks that she hasn't had yet, and I'm gonna grab a couple of them for her to try. I'm sure there's quite
We'll
a few.
have to go to the grocery store. Nutty Buddies
We
are my
will.
favorite so far.
They're good.
And I
Nutty
know
Buddies.
it sounds weird. I know,
Yeah.
just for your face, but they're
well,
really good.
no, over
They're
here we
chocolate and
genuinely have a
peanut
bit of
butter
food. I walked
and
down the
wafer.
supermarket and then I just saw nut butter. I'm like, well,
Well, there we
Well,
go.
I'm
there
not
you
buying
go.
that.
Nut butter at your local
Yeah.
British grocery
It's
store.
quite cheap actually. Just wasn't it's a product you don't expect to see every day outside of June.
Absolutely. Yeah, don't get me a Twinkie. Those are nasty.
You don't like
Disgusting.
Twinkies?
Yeah.
No, better than Twinkies are like brioche.
So I don't want to. Right before we end, I don't want to dox tooth that says that you didn't write who your screen name is, but we got another 100 donating to the road trip fund. Thank you so much. Lots of snacks. Okay, we're gonna get all the snacks and all the. That's not all we're using it for. There's a lot that we want to do, but thank you so much. I won't, like I said, I'm not gonna say the name because it doesn't say your screen name, but you know who
Mhm.
you are. Thank you so much. We are out of here. We will see you next week. Thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful rest of your night. And I'm gonna send you guys over to X-Wing. He's talking more Acolyte. So if you guys want to, you know,
Yeah,
I'm sure he will
X-Wing,
be.
My bro
yeah,
from another
my brother, Okay.
mother.
Motor, my cousin from another motor. Okay, bye.